keep it on the ground. They're doing it really well. Another first down. 6 points for Warwick. A pitch out there. Good run for the Hurricanes. Denbigh is going in the air for a bomb. Catch. The Wolverines, the 10, 5, touchdown Woodside. High school football in Newport News. It is indeed Warwick versus Denbigh on a very soggy, overcast evening. Greg Pickaveris along with Nate Milton. Glad you're with us, Nate. When you talk about Warwick and Denbigh, Warwick got their first win. Denbigh's still looking for one.
Right. Warwick has got that momentum now. Denbigh wants to flip the script and get their first win of the season, Greg.
Soggy field.
Yes, this is great football weather, great football conditions. Tristan, my man, we got an exciting game tonight.
That's right. 2 teams, 48 minutes of football. Really excited to get this thing underway.
All right, let's get down to the field for some exciting high school football action. We look forward to it. And, of course, Warwick in the white uniforms. Denbigh in the blue. Glad you're with us. Greg Pickaveris, Nate Milton, Kristen Rhines from Todd Stadium in Newport News. They play 48 minutes of high school football here, 12-minute quarters, respectively. Very overcast, kind of foggy evening in Hampton Roads. And right now, 11:53 remaining, respectively. Between these two teams. Nate, what are the keys, first of all, for Warwick?
I think the keys for Warwick are that, they have to attack. They have to be aggressive. They have to be proactive. For the Denbigh Patriots, though, they've just got to put everything together. The passing game has been able to move the ball the past few weeks, but they just haven't been able to put everything together. They've got to take advantage, cut down on some mistakes and mental errors, and I think we're going to have a good game for both teams.
Absolutely. And, of course, Denbigh's got the football going left to right on the TV dial, respectively, in the nice dark blue uniforms. And they keep it on the ground. Denbigh likes the spread on offense. Let's take a look at the referees, respectively. They are Larry Turlington, umpire Will Gibbs, linesman Barry Kubzinski, line judge Tony Krug, side judge is Lee McGuire, field judge Todd Tucker, back judge is Mac McGee, respectively. Thank you. Great graphics right there by our crew. We'll look forward to our Chick-fil-A presentation in just a few moments. Denbigh going left to right. And a nice screen pass complete. That's what Denbigh needs. They need some baby steps early on.
Right, and you talk about Denbigh, you got to talk about quarterbacking, and you got to talk about Jermone Wells. And Wells is a guy transferred from Nansemond River. He's finally starting to get his groove in with this team and with this B2 Harris offense. And I think that you're going to see some big strides tonight by Jermone Wells.
Warwick 1-3, Denbigh 0-4 on the year. Denbigh coached by Marcellus B2 Harris. Of course, went to East Carolina and Ferguson High School, ran for the city council in Newport News recently. 1st and 10 at the 35. Denbigh on the option. They fumble. They get it back and get some good yardage there with the flag down. So, with 10:44 remaining in the first quarter, still no score.
There's a pitch out there to Gabriel Boyd from Jermone Wells. Like you mentioned, Greg, fumble, bounced off the ground. Boyd was able to pick it up, but we've got a flag on the play, so we'll see what our officiating crew has to say about this one.
Not Carter Ficklin tonight. Larry Turlington is the referee.
Still recovered from our last game.
Kind of looks like Carter, though, a little bit. Respectively. Penalty on Denbigh. And the Warwick High School Raiders, coached by Corey Harrison. We had him on Sports Highlights this past spring from the Akron, Ohio area, a longtime assistant in the peninsula. Learned a lot from a lot of different people. 1st and 10 at the 23. Denbigh in their territory, going left to right. In the blue. Nowhere, good defense. Again, when you talk about Denbigh, they like the spread offense, 4-3 defense. The strength has been the attitude. The weakness has been the inexperience.
Right. You can tell this defense is hungry, but if you're hungry out there, nothing like Chick-fil-A, Greg.
124-23 Warwick Boulevard in Newport News at the Heidenwood Shopping Center, open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Give them a call at 595-0316. Thank you. And Denbigh going left to right, 2nd and 13. 9:50 left in this quarter. No score. Just underway at Todd Stadium in Newport News. Kind of a soggy, overcast evening. Again, nice pass complete. When you talk about, first of all, for Warwick on the year, 2 shutout losses to start the year, losing to Kekatan 47-0, Maury 34-0. Played pretty good against Phoebus 35-17, and they beat Gloucester 27-21. So Warwick's shown improvement. The key is to keep it going.
Right, and that I think getting close against Phoebus was kind of the start of things, and then they were able to put it all together against Gloucester and snap a losing streak that has gone back for over a year, Greg. So it's a lot of pressure taken off of the backs of these Warwick Raiders, and I think we're going to see that tonight.
Denbigh in the air, complete again, but dropped. Incomplete. He had it, then he dropped it, but that's a factor with the wet ball.
Right, you talk about the weather conditions, but you also talk about Denbigh right now, and I say this for the past couple weeks, Denbigh has taken 2 steps forward with their offense, but also a step back and maybe a step to the side. They're still learning. They're still working things out, and I think we're going to see that tonight with Coach Harris.
No score, 9:02 left. It is a 4th and 9 punting situation, special teams. Warwick will get a chance to get the opportunity for the football. There you see B2 Harris. He went to Ferguson High School, East Carolina. And we'll see the coaching ranks of these great gentlemen, of course. And last time in postseason, that graphic, there's Corey Harrison right there, head coach of the Warwick Raiders. Warwick's had some great coaches over the years, too. He follows a great lineage of people like Jim Snow, Thad Madden, and Bill Lyons over the years. 9:02 left in the first quarter. And a decent punt. And a bounce. We'll see who gets it. Slippery when wet, that's for sure. And Warwick will have it in their field position there, respectively. Warwick likes the multiple spread. They like the 4-2, 4-3 defense. Strengths is running and kicking for Warwick. Weakness has been the youth. .52 left in quarter number 1. Warwick's got the football, and they keep it on the ground. That's a smart thing to do when the field's wet, Nate.
Yeah, especially when you've got a runner.
All right, last time in postseason, you see for the Denbigh Patriots, and that is incorrect. The last time for them was 1992. Heritage, that is correct, 2013. Menchville, 1993, Warwick 2011, Woodside 2013. Again, Denbigh's last time in the postseason was 1992, respectively. That's been a while.
It has been a while, and I think.
But then I guess that was 92, and then they went back last year and made it. So Menchville last time was 1993.
It's been a long time for the Monarchs since that loss to Indian River so many years ago. But these Raiders, the Raiders out here, although they're 1-3, Greg, I think they've got some potential. And a guy that I'm looking at right now is number 2, Brian Brooks. Brooks had 283 yards in the Gloucester game last week, and he's really the catalyst for this Warwick Raider offense. Again,
let me give them to you again, folks. Denbigh last time in the postseason, 2013. Heritage, 2013. Menchville, 1993. That's correct. Then Warwick 2011, Woodside 2013, Denbigh 2013, Heritage 2013. Menchville has had the long gap, 93. Warwick, it's been 3 years, and Woodside last year. So really, when you talk about it, it's really just been Menchville since 1993, your alma mater.
Yes, and hopefully Menchville can make strides towards fixing that in the very near future. I think everybody would like to see that.
Flag down, and Denbigh did have a drought too. Theirs was 92 until last year.
Yeah, and Denbigh, they were aided, of course, by the new playoff format, but I think that they gained some valuable experience, and unfortunately they haven't been able to recreate that this season, and I think a lot of that has to do with losing Terrence Dingle. When you lose arguably the best quarterback in the district and he's gone, you're going to have some tough times picking up wins.
Yeah, Denbigh had a 21-year gap without making the postseason until last year. As the misty rain almost looks like a Shakespeare movie out here tonight. Still no score. 7:20 left in the first quarter. Greg Bickaveris, Nate Milton, Tristan Rines from Todd Stadium in Newport News. Our
That's
24th
right.
year of exclusive prep sports on NNPS TV and NNPSTV.com.
And this prep football is presented by Chick-fil-A at the Hydenwood Shopping Center in Newport News. And don't forget to check out sports highlights also on NNPSTV.com.
No score. Warwick going right to left. The Raiders in the white and red. And there's the pitch out to number 2. And that's Brian Brooks.
And Brooks, the 5'11 senior, trying to make something happen out there. You mentioned Shakespeare with this mist kind of flowing over the field. I think right now Warwick's like, to score or not to score, that is the question.
All right, sports highlights, almost like an Edgar Allan Poe movie out here. The Fall of the House of Usher. But anyway, sports highlights Mondays at 7 a.m., 2 p.m., and 7 p.m. Weekends at 9 a.m. Also on Cox Cable 47, 5017, NNPSTV.com. Now, you think the weather's going to make this a low-scoring contest tonight?
I mean, it's got the potential. Anytime you got weather like this, it's going to be
Fair
difficult
catch.
to throw the ball. And if you're a team like Denbigh, that's what you want to do, and that's going to hamper your offense a little bit. And, of course, don't forget the sports scene on 1650 a.m. each Wednesday from 12 to 1 p.m. And you're watching Prep Football on Cox Cable 47 in Newport News, Verizon Fios 17, and, of course, NNPSTV.com.
No score, 6:09 left in the first quarter. I couldn't believe, when Denbigh had so many coaches. Bob Schmidt was the last coach to make the playoffs until B2 last year, and it took him a while to get there. They're just trying to go back. Outside run, really not much running room there. It's almost like space and elbow room. But you talk about so much with football is the before and after, the weight room, off-season conditioning, eating rights, the right habits, not only with academics, athletics, and activities, but getting your mind right as well.
Yeah, it's that preparation. It's the old saying, your attitude determines your altitude. And the work that you put in the week leading up to the game, it bears fruit here out on the field tonight, especially when you've got two teams as evenly matched as Warwick and Denbigh.
Denbigh going left to right, 2nd and 6. And they keep it on the ground again. Smart play by the Patriots. Still just chugging along is number 2 for the Patriots, Devon Stevens. Denbigh on the year averaging 13 points a game, giving up 39. Warwick averaging 11 points a game, giving up 34 per game.
Yeah, that differential is not going to win you a lot of games, but as we've seen, they've got some momentum the last couple weeks. But keep your eye on that kid, number 2, Devon Stevens, 5'9", 190-pound senior. He is a very nice compliment in that Denbigh backfield.
And he waited too long. The quarterback did, respectively, Jamal Wells. Wells has got to think on his feet, move without the ball. Denbigh on the year lost to Tab 44-34. That was kind of like the start of the season. They could have gotten that win that would have given them the confidence. Then they lost a close game that we televised against Heritage 20-13. Got really beat bad by Kecoughtan 42-7. Then Phoebus really beat them bad 50-0 in a shutout.
Yeah, and Phoebus obviously one of the better teams in the area, but that loss had to hurt. But I think what you're seeing right now with Wells is he's not as fast as Dingle, but he's quick, he's elusive. He's just got to put this package together, and another flag on the play.
Laundry on the field.
We're going to have to bring out the laundry cam again this week.
.4:59 left in the first quarter. Greg Bickaveris, Nate Milton, Tristan Rines. And we mentioned Denbigh's had some great coaches over the years like Matt Boone, Bob Schmidt, A.C. Cawthorn, Tracy Arad, B2 Harris. Great players. I just see the graphics right there, still no score. That is correct. Antoine Bethea, Max Yates, Terrence Dingle really put Denbigh on the map. Of course, Mike Tomlin as well.
Right. You know, you talk about the history, the tradition, athletics, academics, activities. That's what it's all about here in Newport News, the Newport News School District. And, you know, you're seeing one component of that out here on the field with two teams that are playing, you know, for that name on the front of the jersey as opposed to the name on the back of the jersey.
And Denby's going up in the air, or at least trying, and nowhere. Slow, 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 and decisions. You don't have but so much time to get rid of the ball, and Wells was going to go in the air, but it was a ground attack.
And that's the thing, you know, like we mentioned, Wells has just not had that blazing speed that Terrence Dingle had where you can get out of situations like that. And that Warwick front forward just swallowed him up whole. Like, like you thought a Chick-fil-A sandwich was delicious. They looked hungry out there. They went in there and attacked that boy.
I think they put the fried pickles
They
there.
put the fried pickles and the fries and
those chips were pretty good.
the chips are great. The cookies are awesome. Chick-fil-A folks, they feed our crew. Let them feed yours.
And the pass is kind of dangerous but complete. It's like going through a jigsaw puzzle. It's going to be pay dirt. Could it be 6? It is. 6 for number 6 on the former Channel 6. Donovan Johnson. 6 points for number 6. Denby getting some daylight.
Johnson, the 5'8", 150-pound junior, with a great job making that connection with Wells. And we're going to see right here, that was an excellent move, excellent play on the inside.
There it is again, and then just a kind of a dangerous pass up the middle. Could have been an interception.
Right, almost like an interior screen right there. And then you see once he's got a lane, Johnson is off to the races.
Who needs a roller coaster? He got it right here.
I'm telling you, right there. The only man that has a chance to stop him is 19 for the Warwick Raiders, and he just says, look out, Ramba Tyree, you can't stop me. Oh, say, can you see?
Where's Izzy Agalia when you need her?
Yeah, that was a fancy run right there by, by
DJ.
Johnson.
Spinning the records tonight. 3:53. And they take it back to still. It's kind of ironic. The points are not on the video board. We can get a shot of the video board. There's actually no points up there.
Yeah,
so the referees.
I thought initially I saw the flag. I thought it was going to be for roughing the passer, but
The referees are having a conference out there, and that's the thing, folks. They need to make a decision quick, too. It's not just the kids. The referees got to make a decision and stick to it. We'll see what they say. This is Larry Turlington. On Warwick, he says. Let's bring on Calvin Chester here for a second real quick, one of the Denby assistant coaches. Calvin, what exactly happened that play? Because they went down and they got the 6 points. They took it off. They put it back on the TV again.
Yeah, they penalty said that we had receivers downfield, but it was a screen.
Very good.
So they tried to say that the ineligible lineman downfield, but it was a screen play.
Calvin Chester, former Ferguson player, now a Denby assistant. Thank you.
All right.
All right, we get it live right here. We get the sources when nobody else does from the assistant coaches. We were right. 6 points. Referees wrong.
yeah, I mean, yeah, like we said on the replay, you could see that screen right there. The way they set it up, it was just a great job by Wells and DJ.
Blocked. So it stays 6. Get a karma there, 6 points. But see, here's the thing. We get the official word from the assistant coach who knows the rules.
Again, like I said, when I first saw the play, I thought it was something against Warwick because I didn't see anything out there that said that was an illegal play for Denby. That was just a great job by Wells to get that ball to Johnson.
There's the video board. You saw it. We were correct the entire time, and the assistant coach for Denby solidified it. You never thought otherwise, did you, Nate?
I knew it all along.
Rule number 1, we're always right. Rule number 2, look at rule number 1.
Right, that's what I was trying to tell Tristan earlier. The best thing about being up here as opposed to being on the field, I'm undefeated here in the booth, Tristan.
Tristan's still trying to go for Chick-fil-A here. All right, 6-0. We've been doing this for 24 years. We've been getting something right. It's great the assistant coach telling us we're getting it right.
Yeah, we got the inside information.
Yeah, he just told us. Calvin Chester, former Ferguson player, played for Tommy Raymond at Ferguson, my alma mater. Good luck trying to find that on MapQuest now, though. All right, 3:53 left in the first quarter. Warwick's had some great coaches, too, like Jim Snow, Thad Madden, Bill Lyons, A.C. Cawthorn, Tommy Raymond, Stan Sexton, Juan Jackson, Bernard Griffin, Mike Cook, Corey Hairston, now the coach. Great players like Tyrone Perry, Lee Schrader, Stevie Savridis, and Joe Slade.
It's about that tradition. You know, we talk about it all the time, Greg. It's about having something that the kids can buy into, and a lot of times that's the history of your program. It's who's come before them, and, we see that on both sides of the ball tonight.
6-0 Denbigh. On that touchdown by Donovan Johnson. Nate will give us a recap throughout the evening. They played 12-minute quarter, so glad you're with us, taking your time, talent, and treasure, joining us tonight on the TV and on the airwaves. Again.
And again, folks, this is our 24th year of exclusive prep sports coverage here on NNPS TV and NNPSTV.com. And if you're wondering how Hampton Roads spells sports, it's NNPSTV.com. Tell your friends about us, NNPSTV.com, folks. We've televised over a dozen different sports by the staff over the years on NNPS TV. And don't forget, of course, sports highlights archives are up on NNPSTV.com. And Wednesday is our night for football. Replays at 7 p.m. on Cox Cable 47, FiOS 17, and, of course, NNPSTV.com.
Thank you, Nate. 6-0. And Warwick trying to go in motion. Nice spin around move right there. Really liked it by number 10, Travis Williams. Only a sophomore, 5'10". Good play by Travis there. Warwick in the white and red. Warwick, went 0-10 last year. Had some coaching changes with Bernard Griffin and Mike Cook. The former Ferguson quarterback was the interim. And, of course, the athletic director for Warwick is Jenny Netticombe, Denbigh, Brian Weaver.
You talk about a 13-game losing streak, Greg, that Warwick was able to snap by defeating Gloucester. That's got to wear on
overtime too, right?
Yeah, in overtime. That's got to wear on the mentality of these kids. I'm sure that they thought when they were heading into overtime, we're going to find a way to lose this thing, but they didn't. They were able to find a way to win, and now they've got some momentum heading into tonight's game.
1st and 10. And another decent run right there. Those pretty white uniforms. Flags down, folks. Flags are down, though.
And this is what you want to see, though, if you're a Raider fan. You want to see them get back up off the canvas and respond.
Again, for good measure, Nate, last time in the postseason.
And, the last time in the postseason, of course, you talk about Denbigh, it was 2013. Heritage as well in 2013. Menchville, 1993 for the Monarchs. Warwick in 2011. And, of course, the Woodside Wolverines in 2013 as well.
3:05 left in the first quarter. 6-0 Denbigh. Warwick with the football in the white and maroon going right to left. We give you the relevant information when you need it, when you want it, right here on Cox Cable 47, FiOS 17, and NNPSTV.com. With Tristan Rhines, Nate Milton, Greg Picaveras, glad you're with us for our 24th year of exclusive prep sports on NNPS TV, and our great people in the truck as well. Fumble!
Hello.
Warwick's got it. We mentioned, Nate, slippery when wet.
And another thing we mention all the time, Greg, you can't afford to make mental mistakes. Not when you're against a team that is as evenly matched as you are. And Warwick looking very fortunate right there. And again, Wednesday night. Wednesday. That's the night for our replays at 7 on Cox, Cable 47, FiOS 17, and NNPSTV.com. Not Thursday night, not Friday night. Wednesday night is your night for football here in America.
Tell your friends. After a while, it's a blur. 7 days a week, baby. Nate, give me some of that chicken.
Oh, man. Chick-fil-A again. Shout out to Chick-fil-A.
All right. Final 2 minutes of the first quarter. Outside run on his feet right there, respectively, for the Raiders was number 2, and that was Brian Brooks. Double B.
That's about the third time in a row we've seen that particular play by Warwick. Whether it's
remember B.B. King right now.
Hey, the thrill is gone, but we're going to see if the thrill is still here for the Warwick Raiders with Brian Brooks. Can BB be the king tonight?
That's it. Nate's always got the humor going on up here. It's part of the tradition here nnpstv.com. All right, 1:25 left in the first quarter. 4th and 9 for Warwick. Again, a special teams punt for Corey Hairston's team. Bad snap. Bad snap. Will he get it off? No. That bad snap did it as the punter, Grayson Hubbard, went backwards.
Bad series of events for Warwick right there. And that is a fortuitous turn of events for the Denbigh Patriots. Put them in excellent scoring position, Greg, to take advantage of that mistake.
We mentioned that the key factor tonight is the wet field. And like my dad would always say, it equalizes the game.
Right. Who needs Denzel Washington? We got the rain as the equalizer tonight, Greg.
.116 left in the first quarter. Denbigh in excellent field position. What will they do in the red zone of Warwick? And the run up the middle, getting closer and closer.
Very, very smart play by Denbigh, just going up the gut, softening that interior defense of Warwick, so that way later on in the game they can go for those big plays.
6-0 Denbigh, threatening once again as they're in the red zone of Warwick, going left to right on the TV dial. B2 Harris needs that first win for confidence because they got Gloucester, Hampton, Menchville, Phoebus. Gloucester, Hampton, Menchville, Bethel, and Woodside left. And, of course, Warwick's got Denbigh, Hampton, Menchville, Bethel, Woodside, and Heritage. Both teams have played Phoebus. They beat Warwick 35-17 and shut out Denbigh 50-0. Final 15 seconds of the first quarter, 6-0 Denbigh. Greg Picadaris, Nate Milton, Tristan Rhines, glad you're with us on a soggy, wet night. Final 5 seconds. He won't get in, and that ends the first quarter. That's the first quarter. 12 minutes are in the books here from Todd Stadium, respectively. It is Denbigh 6 and Warwick nothing in a great Newport News rivalry. We'll take a short break, and we'll be back after these messages.
Strike one. I'm the greatest hitter in the world! Strike two. I'm the greatest hitter in the world! Strike three. Wow. I'm the greatest pitcher in the world. Yes!
Optimism. Pass it on. A message from the Foundation for a Better Life.
All right, welcome back right here to the beautiful Todd Stadium Newport News. A very soggy, overcast night. Warwick going right to left now. Started the second quarter. Brand new start for everybody right here, and we'll see what Denbigh can do. And they do nothing. Good defense by the Warwick Raiders. Warwick needs to button up right here.
Warwick has to tighten things up right now. You know, they don't want to make silly mistakes. They don't want to allow Denbigh to get some momentum and start running away with this thing. So this is a very important series right now.
Remember, Denbigh likes that spread. Warwick's countering with the 4-2, 4-3, and 50 defense.
Yeah, the defense has got to step up right now. You know, anytime you get in the red zone, they have to make their presence known. And, you know, they really need to get in there and agitate the quarterback Wells for the Patriots, because we've seen, as good as he is, when you can get in there and put pressure on any quarterback, they're going to make mistakes.
11:20 left till halftime. 6-0 Denbigh. 2nd and 6 at their 6, going right to left. And nowhere there. Good defense again by the Raiders, so they stop Jamal Wells, the quarterback. Again, Denby's, you can see they're lacking that confidence because they haven't gotten that win yet.
They haven't gotten that win yet, but a score right here would go a long way in this game. And, again, you talk about Wells, you talk about Elijah Rice, the running back who's missed last week's game. He was out with an injury, back tonight. So we're going to see if Wells and Rice can be nice tonight.
Nate sounded like the great Nipsey Russell, the late great Nipsey Russell. Sugar and spice makes everything nice. 3rd and 6. Denby with the football. Big third down. How do they convert on third down? Will they run it? Bad pitch. Slippery when wet. Slippery when wet. Good defense by the Raiders. Number 55, the old number of Chris Hanberger.
Go.
And, of course, Mario Bird, Mario Brothers.
Super Mario was in there with a great stop, and then Denby's going in the complete opposite direction of where they need to go, Tristan. This is a pretty impressive stand right now by the Warwick defense.
Take a look at the replay
You can see
again.
on the replay right there. They're able to penetrate and just get in there. There's Rice trying to make something happen, but a great job by the defense.
That was the delayed snap behind Elijah Rice.
Exactly.
So the price was not right.
The price was not right. Great job by the Warwick defense, though, Tristan.
That's right. They really are making some effective plays trying to stop abilities for Denby to be able to score.
And that's what it's all about. You know, when you've got a chance to make something happen, Greg, like Denby right now, they need to take advantage of this opportunity that's in front of them. Warwick, on the other hand, though, has to step up and make a statement.
6-0 is the score. Denby's got it. We said it's going to be a low-scoring game. That is the assistant coach right there. We'll see if we can get the head coach in the picture. Right now he's behind the assistant coach. Of course, Corey Hairston, a real gentleman. We had him on Sports Highlights back in the spring. Go back to nnpstv.com and watch it. Longtime assistant coach, paying his dues. He's an Akron Zip, like he said, went to Akron. So glad you're with us, and special thanks to all the military watching on nnpstv.com.
You know, it's big shout out to them, because if they didn't do what they do, we wouldn't be able to do what we do. And you know, big shout out to all the men and women in uniform who protect our freedoms each and every day.
All right, 4th and 14, another delay. And that was an incompletion. Great defense there, Tristan, by Warwick. Great defense.
That's right. Warwick's really making some good strides, being able to stop Denby, especially from scoring this early in the game.
Yeah, you know, and that is a big crucial stop right there by the Warwick Raiders. Denby had a chance to go up 2 scores on the Raiders. They were able to shut it down, and now we're going to see the Denby special teams trot out here.
There he is, Corey Hairston, right there. We had him on Sports Highlights, as we do all the great coaches, showcased, real gentleman, longtime assistant paying his dues, and that was probably the best stop of the night for them, stopping Denby right there in their tracks, as Warwick right now have the football going left to right respectively for the Raiders. And nowhere going is Brian Brooks. Of course, we mentioned the quarterback, Travis Williams. It's good to have a young quarterback to give him experience for the future.
Yeah, you know, a lot of times, you know, we'll see in the Peninsula District, in Newport News, in Hampton
They're
schools.
senior-laden quarterbacks.
It's right. It's about running the ball, and it's about having senior leadership at that quarterback position. But right now, when you talk about Travis Williams, you talk about a sophomore guy that's going to get an opportunity to grow into the role, to grow into the position. That's very big for the Warwick Raiders' future.
Glad you're with us on our Supreme Audio and Video right here on Cox Cable 47517, nnpstv.com, presented by Chick-fil-A. Like Nate said, Wednesday is the new weekend for us. Replays at 7 p.m. on Cox Cable 47517 and nnpstv.com.
Yeah, that's right, Greg. Who needs Sunday or Friday or Thursday or Saturday? Wednesday's the night for football.
That couch doesn't know what day it is. Nate, is that one of your favorite things to do, is sit on the couch?
Oh, look, the couch doesn't know what day it is. Chick-fil-A doesn't know what day it is. If you're out there and football's on TV, it's a good day.
There's nobody that loves couches more than you, Nate.
I will tell you, I am the Homer Simpson of Newport News. I will enjoy, when I'm off, when I have my off days, I am off. So you can try to call if you want. You can try to text if you want, email if you want. I may get around to it.
You're having your own Dr. Phil session with the couch.
Take a little me time. That's, you know, we all need a little me time every now and then.
All right, 9:21 left in the second quarter. Greg Bickavaris, Nate Milton, Tristan Rines. right here from Todd Saban Newport News. What surprised you this year? Phoebus off to a shaky start. Hampton's been vulnerable. Woodside's been off to a very good start.
Yeah, there's not really a dominant team out there right now, and it's if there we see the cheerleaders out there getting hyped for Denbigh, but if you can get a team, Greg, that can put together 4 or 5 weeks, a good solid month of good football, they've got a shot to go somewhere in the postseason. It's not the same old anymore.
And these referees aren't making it the same old. They're moving the game quite along pretty well tonight too. Warwick on the ground. Bad snap.
Hello.
And they just watched it. Both teams literally just watched it for a second. Neither was proactive. We mentioned the entire theme of this game, slippery when wet.
Slippery when wet, and you could be the greatest runner in the world, Tristan, but if you keep shooting yourself in the foot, you're never going to get anywhere.
That's right. You cannot make mistakes like that, especially when you're trying to be able to score down the
Look
field.
at him. He just watched it.
Right there, Tristan. Just watching the ball, you got to be a little bit more aggressive than that.
That's
No,
right. Silly
Brian Brooks
mistakes.
said, maybe he heard you about sitting on the couch today.
Right now is not the time
Just
for
on the
me
couch.
time, Brian. Now is the time to pick up the loose ball.
Yeah, that was BB.
BB not the king on that play, and not only is the thrill gone, Greg, but the possession is gone as
That's
well.
the one thing about TV, folks. It doesn't lie. It's the truth. He was just watching. Anyway, more power to him. And excellent run on the left-hand side right there by the Warwick Raiders. And that was number 22, respectively, the old number of John Capoletti, who played for Penn State. 8:17 left till intermission, 6-0 Denbigh. Both teams just trying to get in motion here. We mentioned on the year, Warwick's only averaging 11 points a game in this punting situation, giving up 34 in defense, while Denbigh's only scoring 13 a game, giving up 39 on defense during the 2014 season. Stay tuned for some halftime activities coming up. Decent punt. Of course, Warwick's former special teams great player, Lee Schrader's at Maryland. Really, they're having trouble with the visibility because of the fog and the rain.
Yeah, I played special teams when I was in high school. Granted, that was in the Stone Age, and we used actual pigskin for the football. But if the ball is coming and you can't see it, you got to get away from it because there's a lot of things that could go wrong in a situation like that. Fortunately for Denbigh, things did not go wrong, but it very easily could have been a turnover, change of possession, anything like that.
They need to turn the wipers on or something.
Maybe that'll be the new invention, like you can invent a football helmet with windshield wipers on the visor.
Anyway, the field still looks pretty good. It's hard to believe 50% of the season will be done after this weekend.
Yeah, season moving by pretty quickly, and we're starting to see who are the contenders and who are the pretenders here. And this is a contender right now.
Denbigh on the outside, they don't get out of bounds. And that was number 4, Elijah Rice. Rice rhymes with Price.
Rice, 5'6",
And he rolled the dice.
He rolled the dice. He might think twice. Oh, Elijah Rice looking nice. We gonna see, is he a man or is he a mouse? I don't know the proper tense right now.
Anyway, it rhymes.
Yeah, it rhymes. That's the important thing. But Rice missed the game last week with an injury. Now, he's back. And
He was there for our TV game a few weeks ago.
And we saw in that game against Heritage what a difference maker he can be.
All right, Denbigh again,
Wow.
nowhere. Decision-making has been an issue for Jamal Wells, and it's all about got to make those decisions and get rid of the football quick. You don't have all day back there.
Yeah, and like we keep saying, Wells does not have Terrence Dingle's speed, but what he does have is the ability to get that ball out. You can't hold it. You know what I mean? You got to get rid of that ball quickly because you're going the wrong way.
But Wells has got a big presence and a big, strong body, though, too.
That's right. He's using his frame, and he really needs to be able to just make the plays with his effectiveness.
Yeah, that's exactly right. It's about, making the most of what you have, not worrying about what you don't have. We all can't be Michael Vick out there, but you got to use what God's given you, and this kid has got to use some more of that smarts.
Incomplete pass. And you really need to do kind of what Danny Dotson does, stick to the running game when the field's in bad condition.
Yeah, when the field is like this, when the visibility is not the best, take advantage of the weapons you do have. Run the ball, do some short, quick screen passes, and get the ball down the field like that, Greg. And again, you're watching our 24th year of exclusive prep sports on NNPS TV and NNPSTV.com.
6-0 Denbigh. Fourth down for them and 14 on their 45 with 6:36 left to intermission. Greg Picavaris, Nate Milton, Tristan Rhines here from Todd Stadium in Newport News off of Warwick Boulevard. And there's number 3 for the Raiders, DeMonte Good. And Good gets a good run. DeMonte Good with a flag down. Flags are all over the place. DeMonte Good.
DeMonte Good, the junior right there. At first I was going to say it was a bad move for him to not call for the fair catch, but it looked like maybe it was a good move after all.
He said it was a good move, not a bad move. He said, Nate, get back on the couch.
Hey, special teams are an important part of the game, and we saw right there, field position can be the difference between winning and losing, and a nice return by DeMonte Good
and
the
we
Raiders.
saw that with the quarterback recently with Florida State and Clemson, how important a quarterback is. When you don't have a strong presence at quarterback, it can affect the entire team as the head coach goes, as the quarterback goes in college and professional and even high school football. 2
most important positions on the field, the head coach and the starting quarterback.
Absolutely. Now, Warwick's got to do something here. Pretty good field position. You know, they have not scored yet. Warwick's already been shut out twice this year by Kickingham 47-0 and Maury 34-0. Mr. Price is an alumni of Maury. We won't say how they did against Menchville, though. And, of course, Denbigh has lost all 4 games to Tab, Heritage, Kickingham, and Phoebus. And there's the quarterback going outside. He gets hit hard. That was Travis Williams. And Warwick's had some good quarterbacks over the years like Cho Slade and Tyrone Perry over the years, but they need more quarterbacks like that.
They do, and a good quarterback is hard to find. You know, we've seen it often over the years here. And, you know, you talk about some of the good quarterbacks. There you see just great pressure by Denbigh, flushing them out of the pocket. And the pursuit right there, you see, he's trying to turn the corner. Unfortunately, Aaron Rowe says, row your boat. I'm about to pull you down the stream.
All right, Telecom graphic right there, Rising Juniors. If you are interested in TV production, call Telecom for information. Or to schedule a tour, call 591-4687, extension 0. Earn college credit. Make sure you hit extension 0.
And it is
Make sure you ask all the questions.
A wonderful program. I went through the program. Tristan currently in the program. You know, for those out there that may be thinking about joining and giving them a call, what are some of the things that you've had a chance to do in the program?
Well, I've definitely had a chance to be able to be up here in the booth with you two and really get experience on hand with a lot of the camera work and stuff as well.
Oh, great defense right there. The 4-3 defense of B2 Harris. Stops Warwick in their tracks. Great point, Tristan. See the Raiders in the white, in the red with the rain coming down. We mentioned like an Edgar Allan Poe, Shakespeare-like movie, but you know me, I don't like scary movies here as Halloween approaches.
I was going to say, quote the Raiders, nevermore.
Or the fall of the House of Usher.
I was going to say, Greg, are you planning? I mean, Halloween is right around the corner. Are you planning on going out and checking out some of these new scary movies?
I give out the best candy in Hampton Roads. Just ask anybody that comes to my house at all hours of the night.
I will make sure to get up off the couch and come by and get some candy.
Whatever you want. Licorice is really good. Love me some licorice. Anyway, 5 minutes left to intermission. Still 6-0. And we have a delay right here. Timeout, Warwick Raiders. And right now both teams need to reset and regroup. It's anybody's ball game.
Yeah, Denbigh right now, though, is looking very strong, looking very efficient with what they're bringing to the table. And there you see the Patriots on the sideline. And the great job that Coach Harris is doing. Even though they don't have a win yet, this could be their game tonight. But for the Warwick side, and it's something that I've been interested in seeing, Tristan, is coming off of that win last week, what attitude they were going to have. And right now, we've seen a couple mistakes, a couple mental errors, and they need to get focused.
That's right. Especially when you're down in the game, you really need to be able to just make plays to be able to make effective scoring drives.
You know, and you talk about what it's all about. It's about making the postseason. And, again, you talk about Denbigh. They made the postseason in 2013, as did Heritage. Menchville, it's been since 1993. Warwick, 2011. And, of course, Woodside made the playoffs in 2013 as well. And that's what it's all about. That's your goal at the beginning of every season. And, you know, it's been few and far between with Newport News Schools.
And Woodside's off to a great start. 5 minutes left. Game moving by pretty quick. We played about 41 minutes so far, respectively, of real time. As we're here at Todd Stadium in Newport News, the score is Denbigh still 6-0. Nate, give us a recap.
All right, we've got one score on the board for you folks. There we see the crowd out here braving the elements, and that was in the first quarter. Denbigh, the touchdown pass from Wells to Donnie Johnson. DJ.
Quarterback keeper, he's still on his feet. Number 10.
Hello.
Doing the high hurdle at Todd Stadium. Travis Williams saying, Greg, you can't out-jump me. Nate, have you ever jumped that high in your life?
I have not jumped that high. Let's take a look.
Look at that jump.
First of all, you got the QB keeper from Travis Williams. Travis taking it out, getting to the outside.
Look at this
making
jump.
a move, and here you're going to see right there, turn down for what? Look at the jump right there. Travis Williams showing that athleticism on the field. A great play by the Warwick Raiders. That could be something that sparks this offense, gives them some motivation.
Where's Dougie Fresh when you need him?
I'm telling you.
Penalty, though, on.
And, of course, there's a penalty.
Of course. Well, it's slippery when wet, like we mentioned. Slippery but wet.
You never know what you're going to see out here at Todd Stadium.
Excellent move right there. What an athletic move by Travis Williams. That, so far, is the play of the day. Don't forget, we got the crew list in the fourth quarter. Nate's report card. We have fun, folks. And all the rising juniors and seniors can, too, with us on nnpstv.com. 24 years of exclusive prep sports on NNPS TV and nnpstv.com. Follow us on Twitter. We'll show that graphic up in just a few moments. You can tweet Nate and I
will get off the couch to tweet you back.
but we don't do it we don't overdo it.
There you see our Twitter
Tweet
handles.
Greg Bick at Sports Highlight, at N8 Mosaic, GJB TV, and of course HROnlineMall.com. Don't forget Sports Highlights on the weekends at 9 a.m. Mondays at 7, 2, and 7. Tweet us anytime you want, 24/7. That's the one thing about Twitter is you have access to everybody, even the movie stars.
It's social media. Is you talk about YouTube, you talk about Twitter, and it's just that's the wave of the future. It's the wave of the now. And there you see, if you want to check out what the students are doing, some of the great work, check out the YouTube page. Follow us, and there's so much great stuff out there. And it's one of my daily destinations. There's a couple spots I hit every day. YouTube is one of them. Twitter is one of them, of course.
And HamptonRoadsOnlineMall.com.
Hampton Roads Online Mall, and of course nnpstv.com.
And our good friends at Rachel Davis, too. All right, 4:52 left in the second quarter. An interception.
Hello.
Oh, my goodness. Just when we thought that Travis Williams was starting off, and like they used to say about throwing, two out of three things happen that are bad. Interception, incomplete,
Yep.
and occasionally you get a completion.
Tell you what, right there, you're going to see Warwick had Uncle Mo on their side, but then Uncle Mo says, wait a minute, I'm going to head over here and see what's popping. Casey Vick coming in with the interception. Let me get an intro that's good to go. Casey Vick doing a great job changing the momentum. The tables have turned, and now Denbigh has a chance to put some points on the board.
Of course, Casey Vick's dad went to Ferguson High School, and his uncle, of course, is Michael and Marcus Vick as well, so it's in his bloodlines about football, respectively. His dad is an assistant coach with the Patriots, so it's great to have a father and son combo. We'll see what Denbigh can do to capitalize. So far, nobody's been able to capitalize. We mentioned from the outset, I've been around, there's Casey Vick right there, who went to Ferguson High School. Casey's a real gentleman. Had him on Sports Scene on the radio this past summer. He came and joined me in the radio. Had him on TV on Sports Highlights. Always has a smile on his face. His sister is a city councilwoman in Newport News. I've known him since he was a kid, although he's a lot older than I am. The ever youthful Greg Bicaveras.
Yes, where's that fountain of youth that you bathe in every day, Greg?
That's it. And there's a fountain of youth on the run right there by number 5, Jamal Wells, and the wells ain't dry yet.
Well, Wells is doing a great job. You talk about Vic, you talk about Wells. There's a lot of young talent on this Denbigh team, and it's just a matter of putting it all together. And, we've seen flashes in that Heritage game. Denbigh looked great at points, but then they would make a mistake here or there and take themselves out of the game.
And both teams need to make a big play. They can make a play, but then you got to capitalize and close the deal because it's still a 48-minute game.
And you can't shoot yourself in the foot by making silly mistakes like we've seen.
You can't make it all up in one half. You got to do it now. You got 4 minutes left to intermission. We'll see what Denbigh can do. Wells up the middle, and really nowhere. Good defense by the Raiders, led by number 19, respectively. That was Rambert Tyree. Got to love these names. Again, Warwick likes the multiple spread offense, the 4-2, 4-3, 50 defense, which you're seeing. The strength for Warwick is running and kicking. The weakness has been the youth. Denbigh likes that spread with B2 Harris. Defense 4-3. Strength has been the attitude. Weakness been the inexperience.
Yeah, great job we've seen tonight by the Warwick secondary, especially Rambert Tyree and Sean Odette. They've done a great job stepping up. But Denbigh's got to make something happen right now.
They just did right there. Who else but number 6? And he gets tripped up right there, Donovan Johnson.
And DJ does it again. Very similar to the touchdown play.
Shaking, baking, and raking.
Inside screen pass. Here you're going to see on the replay again, just another inside screen pass, and DJ with the reception. Oh, you thought you had me, but you don't. Great job. He almost makes it to the end zone, but right there, the shoestring tackle, and DJ is brought down inside the 10.
Hey, Nate, look, we must be matching. We're wearing the same shirts tonight.
Hey, we are twins.
Old school.
Kicking it old school. And if you're going to kick it old school, you need a DJ. And, again, great run by Donovan Johnson.
All right, 3:05 left. Can Denbigh score again? Again, Warwick capitalized on defense. Denbigh's got Gloucester, Hampton, Menchville, Bethel, and Woodside left. Only 5 games left. Warwick has got Hampton, Menchville, Bethel, Woodside, and Heritage left, respectively. Again, after tonight, 50% of the season is done already. At 2:47 left in the second quarter on this foggy, rainy, overcast night.
And this is a very crucial possession right here for both teams. And again, folks, you are watching Prep Football on Cox Cable, Channel 47 and Newport News, Verizon Fios 17, and of course, NNPSTV.com. From Boston to Boise, Fargo to Fresno, New York to Newfoundland, and all points in between. People want to know what's causing all this, Tristan. It's the mighty, mighty NNPSTV and NNPSTV.com.
Don't get Nate off the couch. Debbie's having a little skull session here in the second quarter. Glad you're with us. All about tradition. We mentioned again, got to give a lot of credit to B2 Harris because, 1992, prior to last year, was the last time they made the postseason. He finally got him there. You're talking about a lot of coaches tried for Denbigh, but they couldn't do it. A.C. Cawthorn didn't do it. Tracy Arad. So many coaches have tried, but B2 Harris got him there for the first time since 92 last year. But they're already in a big hole now, already 0-4 in the year. Warwick is 1-3. Debbie's got the football. And it's caught, but a flag. Hold on, folks. Flag down. It's a touchdown, but a flag. That flag was quick. We'll see what the call is. And we'll find out officially, respectively, by the referee, Larry Turlington.
Let's take a look on the replay. Going to see if we can pick up any pass interference. Rice dives to make the play, but I didn't see him push off, but we're going to see what the officials have to say about that.
And nobody even touched Rice. There's Turlington doing his best Carter Figlin impression.
Oh, that was a great effort. Great effort, though, by Elijah Rice.
We'll see what old LT has up his sleeve. And there he is. LT, what is the call? Oh, my goodness, LT. LT called it on Denbigh.
Pass interference
no
on
touchdown.
The Patriots. And that negates just a great effort right there. Like, that was a great dive, a great catch. And, again, there you see Larry Turlington, LT.
Now, if he was on WWE Raw, might be that would have been refuted tonight. All right, Wells driving. Gets it, tries to get it all back, goes out of bounds. So Wells says if he can't do it by air, he's got to do it by ground.
Yeah, well, great job by Warwick to get in there and force Wells out of pocket. Unfortunately, Wells had a man open downfield, couldn't pick him up, though, so he decided to pick it up with his own 2 feet and picked up some positive yardage. But good job right there by Jamal Wells, escaping the pressure. And the well was not dry on that play, Greg. But sometimes you never miss your water until your well goes dry.
That's it. 2:33 left to intermission. 3rd and 12. And again, can they convert on 3rd down? Can they make the big play? Well, here comes the answer right here. Denbigh up 6-0. They can't make these unforced errors. Wells, incomplete, right in the hands of number 6, Donovan Johnson, but he drops it.
Wow, that was right there, too. That play was right there. Wells put it in there. Unfortunately, DJ wasn't able to bring it in. And, again, you talk about all night, Greg. You talk about the mist. You talk about the rainy conditions. And right there, it just slipped through his hands literally, and it is slippery when wet.
That's what he said the theme was. We were right on the money tonight, slippery when wet. People be careful driving, and, of course, our great camera people out working outside as well, and our technicians. Making it work behind the scenes and on the air. Denbigh now 4th and 12, going for it again. The odds are against it usually on 3rd and 4th down. It's tough enough on 3rd, and then 4th at the 2:29 mark. So we're approaching the top of the hour here in Newport News, Virginia, along with Tristan Rhines, Nate Milton, Greg Bicaveras. Glad you're with us. And, of course, we'll see you soon for another game as well involving your Menchville Monarchs.
That should be an interesting game. Menchville, it like we mentioned, haven't made the playoffs, haven't made the postseason since 1993. Don't think they're going to do it this year. But, I'm always going to root for my Monarchs.
Wells going deep. Incomplete. Almost intercepted by 19. And that was Rambert Tyree with great defense by the Raiders. It's hard enough to make it on 3rd down, let alone 4th.
And then you're going to see going for it on 4th down. Wells right there. Woo! Went to the wishing well one too many times, and Rambert Tyree almost came off.
Almost like Deion Sanders trying to interception.
I'm telling you, almost came off with the pick right there in the back of the end zone, but loss of downs. Now Warwick's got a shot. And the funny thing about Warwick, Tristan, if you're a fan of the Raiders, you've got to be kind of uplifted somewhat because they haven't played their best and they're still only down by 6.
That's right. They're using really good defense in the red zone, trying to make opportunities for their offense, as you could just see by that previous play.
It's all about taking advantage of opportunities when they present themselves.
Flags all over the place at 2:22 left in quarter number 2. Like we said, Warwick has not been able to capitalize, but they're only down 6. That's the positive, so far. You got to convert on 3rd down. You got to convert on 4th down. You got to make the big plays, and you got to be consistent, whether it's running, passing, or special teams.
Yeah, and you think about it, man. Denbigh has had opportunities to score. This was their 3rd time in the red zone. They should be up by more than 6 points, and so they're just letting Warwick hang around.
What are you looking for in Denbigh's defense here, Nate?
Denbigh's defense, I think that they've done a good job so far. They've bent, but they haven't broken.
Got to make those tackles. They did.
They've gone in and made some pretty solid tackles, and really, except for that one big run that we saw out of Travis Williams, they've kept them in the pocket. There's a flag
down.
on the play.
Good defense there by number 44, Neil Anderson. Penalty on the Patriots at the 2:16 mark left in the intermission. Second quarter kind of moving kind of slow. And, of course, college football, Florida State still doing their thing. NFL, Bengals has been a surprise this year.
Yeah, the Cincinnati Bengals, and Marvin Lewis, always a good coach. The big knock on Marvin is he hadn't been able to get it done in the postseason. I think this could be the year, Greg. Some of the fans out there looking at him like Marvin Gaye. What's going on, Marvin? Can we win in the postseason this year?
They're getting there. 6-0 Denbigh. Warwick just needs to get some type of motion going on an offense. And the thing is, Warwick has proven they can score. They scored 17 against Phoebus, 27 against Gloucester. They beat Gloucester 27-21. There's the video board. That's the only video board that's working tonight. The other one is burnt out, literally burnt out. So that one is working toward Telecom, the video board by Telecom. I guess that TV magic. Fumble again. We mentioned slippery when wet. You don't want to make a fumble deep in your own territory.
Denbigh saying they got
That's what
it.
the referee says. And Denbigh gets it. That's not what Corey Hairston. He's got his arms folded. What?
How many times can Warwick give the ball away? Like, sooner or later, Denbigh is going to capitalize on these opportunities that they've been given.
And you practice all week for this, and then, mental mistakes. And, of course, we mentioned the theme, slippery when wet. There he is. No hat on in the rain. Corey Hairston.
And that look right there just says it all, Greg. He's like, are you serious? Are you for real? Are you
He is
kidding
frustrated.
me?
That's a frustrated look. Corey's a great guy. He's a super nice guy, Corey is. Real gentleman.
I don't
You
care
don't
how
have no
good
headset. He ain't talking to nobody.
Yeah, I don't care how good a team you are. If you turn the ball over 3 or 4 times, you're probably not going to win that game.
Denbigh going right to left. Wells gets tackled. Good defense. Their defense is stepping up. Number 52 right there for the Raiders, Malik Harris.
And Harris, the 6'1", 230-pound junior, does a great job getting in there, bringing Wells down. The defense has done their job for Warwick. There you're going to see on the replay. Great job of penetration, coming around the edge. Wells steps up into the pocket, but unfortunately there's Harris bringing him down. And the defense has done their job. They've done what has been asked of them. The offense, though, has let Warwick down tonight.
And we only have 1:17 left to intermission. 6-0 Denbigh. Greg Bickavera, Nate Milton, Tristan Rhines. Glad you're with us here on Cox Cable 47, 517 NNPSTV.com. Still have one more half left of play. Both teams need to regroup at halftime for sure. Been a sloppy first half, and the weather's had a lot to do with it. You see the coaching staff right there talking. We can't make the same mistakes over and over again. He is frustrated right now. He has every right to be, Corey Hairston.
And believe me, Greg, I have been on the receiving end of a lot of those talks from coaches before, and it is not pleasant if you're a player.
Nate's been reprimanded by everybody. Same here.
Yes, I was very familiar with the principal back in Menchville during my time there. But he was a great man, Dr. Kilpatrick. Shout out to him if he's watching.
He was
tonight.
mine as well. Wells going for the well. Incomplete. 1:11 left. The singles are wild. 1-1-1.
They're very close. Like, Denbigh has come so close to connecting on these passes to the end zone, Greg. And sooner or later, they're going to cash in. And, of course, you are watching football. And Hampton Roads spells sports. NNPSTV.com.
1:11, 3rd and 15. Denbigh again. At the Warwick 24 in the blue uniforms, working the white, red, and gold. No names on the back of the jerseys for either team. There's Wells. Wells got some daylight. He's going to run it. Then he throws.
Hello.
Touchdown. He was close to going over the line of scrimmage, but
Yeah, we're going to see.
there's a flag down.
He was
I think
past the line of scrimmage, I believe.
Yeah, he was very, very close. So no 6 yet. Mental mistakes will do it every time. You got to watch your presence on the field. That comes with experience, knowledge, and depth
Here
perception.
we go on the replay. Keep your eye on that line of scrimmage, folks.
Yeah.
There you can see he does a great job moving forward, and right there,
Yep.
right there, across the line of scrimmage, way past
Way
the line of
past it.
scrimmage now.
He was heading on 64 west toward Williamsburg.
That's on the quarterback. You know, it's all about that recognition. You
That
got
was
to
a
know
mental
where the
mistake.
line is, and you got to know when to pull it down and run, or when to take that step back.
And he could have
pass.
thrown it before then, too.
Absolutely.
That can affect the entire ball game with mental mistakes.
That one was on Wells.
6'3", 215 senior, looking for their first win. Denbigh made the postseason a year ago. Warwick last made it, like Nate said and I said, in 2011. All right, here we go again. 1:03 left in the second quarter. 4th and 17 at the Warwick 26 for Wells. And this time, Wells goes nowhere. Tackle by number 55, Mario Bird, MB.
Super Mario does it again, folks. And that was Denbigh had everything to their advantage on that play. I don't know if you saw Tristan. They had the trips formation to the left. They had the receivers getting ready to go out there. he had a lane to run if he wanted to, Wells did, but unfortunately, the Warwick front four has been excellent tonight.
That's right. They've really been able to get to that offensive line and be able to get after Wells. It's really showing in the scoreboard. It's only 6-0.
Right. You know, a lot of times, Greg, we'll see it all comes down to that battle in the trenches, offensive line versus defensive line. Whoever can, impose their will win the game.
We said it's going to be a low-scoring game. Good run there by the Raiders, and right now, Warwick's capitalizing on Denbigh's demise. And number 5 right there for Warwick, Lee Hawkins.
They've got some good
penalty
runners
flags
on this Raider team. Hawkins, Brooks, and, of course, Travis Williams. But, again, you can't keep making mistakes. You can't keep handing the ball over to Denbigh and expect to win this football game.
Penalties, penalties, penalties. 49 seconds left in quarter number 2. See the field starting to take some shape from 50% of the season being done in the weather, respectively. 6-0 Denbigh. We're at Todd Stadium in Newport News. Don't forget Sports Scene on News Talk 1650 every Wednesday from noon to 1. Also on TuneIn.com. Type in WHKT, listen on your phone and your computer.
That is the wave of the future, Greg. You can listen to stations all over the world. If you're in Zimbabwe, you can listen to the Sports Scene.
Absolutely. Out of bounds. Good smart play there by number 10, Travis Williams. He saw no room to throw or pass, and he ran it.
Yeah, they're trying to pick up as much yardage as they can, but still save that time on the clock and get in scoring position. So we're going to see how good Warwick's 2-minute drill is right now.
Don't forget, save the date, folks. The Newport News Greek Festival, October 23rd to 25th. For more, log on to newportnewsgreekfestival.org.
Opa, you going to save me a year, oh, Greg?
Absolutely. Now, you need to come by, though. No drive-through for the fall festival. Get there early, folks. Flags again, and just as soon as we said the game was moving along, I never said I was a weatherman, but boy, oh boy, the referees doing their thing. Larry Turlington and company calling a great game.
Yeah, the game is moved by at a pretty quick pace. We kind of bogged down a little bit here in the second quarter, but again, I think that we're seeing from these two teams a lot of running, a lot of options, a lot of screen passes. So they're keeping the offense a little bit slower.
And Warwick just wants to get to the locker room without giving up another Denbigh possession.
They want to get to the locker room without another turnover, without giving Denbigh another chance, because Denbigh has had opportunities to score. They've just kind of shot themselves in the foot.
All right, 6-0. Warwick, 2nd and 9. There's the throw, kind of up for grabs.
Wow.
And it was tapped like a volleyball,
Wow.
but he was down by number 1, Gabriel Boyd. And, we go back to having quarterbacks. Menchville's still looking for their first quarterback that can throw since Billy Wright. Heritage, Bruce Royal, of course, was a great quarterback.
Here we go.
Denbigh, Terrence Dingle.
What did we just say, Greg? The one thing they can't do is give the ball back to Denbigh.
It just happened. It was a flag down.
Great job on the defense right there. Good job tipping it up, getting in there.
And there you see tapped it right to Gabriel Boyd.
Yep, he's got possession. He was down, though, but, interception by the Denbigh Patriots. And, again,
just go to the locker room, 6-0, folks.
Yep.
Enough already.
And this is the third or fourth turnover we've seen tonight from the Warwick Raiders, and they are very fortunate, guys, that Denbigh is not leading by at least 2 scores.
All right, 31 seconds left. This first half just needs to end for both these teams. They're going in circles.
I wonder if BT's going to come out throwing. B2, B2 is
BT was my former producer for Sports Scene. Remember BT?
Good old BT.
BT went to Woodside. All right, 31 seconds. Wells, again, what's the point? Sloppy pass incomplete.
Looked like they were trying to go for that screen pass. Great job by Warwick, though, to get in there. And you got to give a lot of credit to this Raider defense tonight. They've done their job and then some. Unfortunately, they see the cheerleaders getting enthusiastic. But unfortunately for the Raiders offense, they have not held up their end of the bargain tonight.
27 seconds. Warwick in the white, Denbigh in the blue. The two oldest schools in Newport News right here.
And again, Denbigh coming out in the passing formation.
Wells going deep. And complete.
Wow.
Complete to Elijah Rice. ER.
Denbigh rushing to the line trying to get this ball snapped.
You only got 21 seconds left. And Warwick is not where they wanted to be.
Coach Harris said, take a knee for what?
Intentional grounding there with 17 seconds.
Great execution by the Warwick Raiders, by the Denbigh Patriots in this 2-minute offense.
Warwick 1-3 in the year, Denbigh 0-4. Denbigh looking for their first win. They're up 6-0. But again, they have not been able to penetrate or score in the red zone at all tonight, except for once.
No, not at all. Denbigh really needs to just bring themselves down a little bit and just put the ball in the end zone.
They sure do. They need to execute.
Easier said than done against this tough Raider defense, and it gets even tougher when you're in the red zone.
Plan your work your plan. Incomplete. Too strong of a pass with 14 seconds left in the intermission.
And that's something a lot of people say, like, how can a team move the ball so great, for 80 yards and then get bogged down in the red zone? It's because you run out of space. And let's take a look. This is the play that set things up. Great job by Wells looking downfield. It's a little cold. It's a little chilly out here. Why don't he heat it up and give it to the Rice man? The Rice man steaming things up.
90 seconds of Rice.
90 seconds or less. Uncle Ben.
Wells, plenty of room. He's got more real estate than real estate in Newport News. They're saying he got in.
Wow.
No instant replay system in high school football except for us. We got the instant replay system.
What a way to end the half.
We're the judge and the jury.
Exactly. What a way to end the half. Like, you went, here we're going to see Wells looking downfield. Great job by the Patriots, the Raiders, in terms of taking up those defenders.
We'll see if Nate, did he really get in?
Wells
we'll see right
keeps
here.
the ball, says, I'm not as fast as Dingle, but I can still move. Yep, he gets over the barrier, hits the pylon. Touchdown, Denbigh. Great job by their senior quarterback, Jamal Wells.
You don't need a whole lot of points tonight on a slippery, wet night. 12-zip.
Yeah, and the thing is, like,
two.
that right now.
Wells throws it, incomplete. Too strong of a pass.
12-0, it might not look like an unsurmountable lead on the scoreboard, but the way Warwick's played tonight, that's an uphill battle for this Raiders team.
Yeah, because I don't get that. Why are you going for such a hard pass for a 2-point conversion? Do a gentle play and just try to execute because, you haven't been able to score much in the red zone. Why are you going for the gusto?
Yeah, and if I'm the kicker, I'm feeling pretty bad right now.
Where's Lee Schrader?
They've gone for two.
Warwick. He's in Maryland. Both these kickers have had rough nights tonight.
Like, if I'm Zach Herbert, the kicker, I'm feeling pretty bad right now. Like, come on, guys. I practice too. Show me some love.
12-zip Denbigh. Nate scoring recap.
All right, and again, we've got 2 scores on the board. Both for the Patriots started in the first quarter. There you see the
rain's
fans
coming
out there.
down
The rain
hard.
is coming down. Touchdown pass from Wells to Donnie Johnson, and then as we saw moments ago, Jamal Wells with a rush to put 2 scores on the board. They weren't able to hit the 2-point conversion, so now the score is Denbigh 12, Warwick 0.
Special teams here. Again, we said if Warwick could have gone in the locker room at 6-0, it would have been a different ball game. But now, like Nate said, it's an uphill battle down 12-zip in the rain. This could be the last play of intermission. Travis Williams, the quarterback. Why is he doing special teams? That's the answer. And that's halftime, folks. We are done with the first half. With the score, it is, respectively, on this very wet night in Newport News, Denbigh 12, Warwick nothing, on a couple touchdowns right there by the Patriots to lead the Warwick Raiders.
I touched it. I touched the ball before it went out, Coach.
Come on, Alex. The ref did not call that.
You gotta be kidding me, Alex.
It's the championship game. Talk to him, Coach.
I touched it. It's their ball.
Don't foul them when they inbound. Team on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Nice going, Alex. Sorry, Coach.
Alex. Good call.
Sportsmanship. Pass it on.
Red.
All right. There you go, Denbigh 12, Warwick nothing. Nate, been a soggy, rainy day. We said any points are going to be insurmountable for the opposition, especially two teams that are struggling to find who they are still.
Yeah, both teams still trying to find that identity. And, I got to give credit to Denbigh. They've stepped up. Warwick, though, they got to stop making mistakes.
All right, we got 24 minutes of football left. For right now, enjoy the band. We'll be back for the third quarter a little bit later on.
Major Chris was saying because of the rain and stuff with the uniform and stuff, he probably needs to go.
Okay. Yeah, it's just
You gotta pull that through the fence, don't you? That's what all right.
Honesty. Pass it on. A message from the Foundation for a Better Life.
Hi.
Hi. Patience. Pass it on. A message from the Foundation for a Better Life.
I touched it. I touched the ball before it went out, Coach.
Come on, Alex. The ref did not call that.
You gotta be kidding me, Alex.
It's the championship game. Talk to him, Coach.
I touched it. It's their ball.
Don't foul them when they inbound. Team on three. 1, 2, 3.
Nice going, Alex. Sorry, Coach.
Alex. Alex. Good call.
Sportsmanship. Pass it on.
Red.
Blitzing!
When you can't do it all, do what you can. Compassion for others. Pass it on. A message from the Foundation for a Better Life.
Tristan Rhines, and of course Denbigh leading Warwick 12-0, but it's been a game of a lot of unforced errors.
Absolutely. You know, the band, we saw that great halftime performance, the band with director Chris Ward, they played Treasure by Bruno Mars, and I'm telling you what, Denbigh has found a lot of buried treasure on the field tonight because Warwick has given them the ball back time and time again. It's a wonder they're only down 12-0, Tristan.
That's right. Every time Warwick's put the ball on the ground, Denbigh's just made their way down the field. It's just capitalize. It's exactly what Denbigh needs to do right now.
And for Warwick, you know, they've got some positives they can build off of. The defense has looked really well thus far in the first half, but now the offense has got to step up. They've got to pull their weight. And, you know, we've seen so far, Warwick, they were able to do it against Gloucester. Can they come back? Can they find that resolve to come back and do it against a tough Patriot team?
I feel like coming into the second half, they really just all they need to do is just find themselves some momentum, get the momentum into the game, and they can put points on the board.
And the crazy thing is, you talk about momentum, they just snapped a 13-game losing streak. It'd be a shame if they started another one right now.
That's right. Warwick really just needs to put more than 12 points on the board this half, and they really do have a chance to win this game.
And they can do that if they don't turn the ball over. Greg's been saying all night, you know, slippery when wet. And we've seen the field conditions and the weather conditions play a part in some of these turnovers.
Yeah, in the last two games prior to tonight, Warwick has averaged, 27 and 17. So you're talking, a few points there, 44, averaging 22 a game, but they've been shut out tonight. They were shut out against Kickingham 47-0, and Maury 34-0. And it really is the theme of the season. Those first couple of games set the mental mindset because it's a grind, like we mentioned in football. It's a once-a-week event. You have all week to think about what went wrong, and that can grate on you when you're not winning.
Yeah, and a lot of times what you do wrong will stick with you a little bit longer than what you did right. It's just human nature. We focus on the negative instead of accentuating the positive. But if you're Warwick, you've got to go back and remember those losses. Remember how close you were in some of those games, and then remember what you did to beat Gloucester in overtime and pull from that experience and come back out here in this second half and make some changes that you need.
And they don't say who's going to give an ice cream cone to in the fourth quarter.
Who will get some ice cream and cake tonight?
Yeah, that's it. We got Nate's report card coming up in the fourth quarter. There's Larry Turlington, the referee, longtime referee, under the guidance of Mick McCullough. And, of course, sloppy, rainy evening in Newport News. But for the most part, we've had a pretty mild summer going into fall. But once the weather gets wet, it gets cooler as well.
Yeah, I'm a fan of this. It's
Cheerleaders
fall
having
now.
fun.
Cheerleaders having a lot of fun. I'm a fan of fall weather, football weather when you got the cloudiness, the raininess. Sometimes you might even get a little bit of snow thrown in there for good measure. You got the mud and the muck. That's football to me. And, that shows you which team really is fundamentally more sound, because when you got the weather in there, that's the great equalizer, and we've seen that tonight. Warwick has looked impressive on defense, but that offense has looked incredibly shaky, Greg.
And by the time this broadcast airs, Nate, you and I want to give our respect to the great Derek Jeter for the New York Yankees. No World Series, no postseason for the Yankees. I had a chance to see him play once in person. Was a memory I'll never forget a few weeks ago. And what a class act with all the problems we're having with professional sports today.
Absolutely. I'm the furthest thing from a Yankee fan, but I have to tip my cap to the captain, number 2, for all he's done over the years. You know, he's been a great face for that organization and also for the game of baseball. And, you know, Tristan, you're a little bit younger than Greg and I, just slightly. But I'm sure you got a great appreciation.
Well, he can go to Google and find out anything.
Yeah, you can go to find out all about the career that happened before you were born. But you got to have a great appreciation for somebody like Derek Jeter that plays the game the right way.
Oh, yeah, he's definitely somebody to be looked up to, especially in the game of baseball, looked at as one of the greater players of all time. And, you know, he's just made such a good impact on the game.
And like Greg says, the great thing about Jeter is, you know, in the midst of all the steroid stuff, he was a bright, shining face for baseball. And now, in the midst of the problems that the NFL is going through and some other sports leagues, you can look at role models like Jeter, who was a class act on and off the field, even if you don't like the Yankees.
Very much like Cal Ripken Jr., of course. All right, 12-0. We got 2 quarters left, and we are at the hour-and-a-half mark so far of the broadcast in real time. Greg Bicoveris, Nate Milton, Tristan Rines. The score is 12-0. Denbigh leading over their arch-rival Warwick Raiders, the 2 oldest schools in Newport News. Kickoff into the evening wet air, and the quarterback who's on special teams drops it, returns it, and goes nowhere. Number 10, Travis Williams. What are the keys, first of all, in the second half for Warwick?
The key for Warwick, as we just saw in that last play, hold on to the ball. If you can hold on to the ball, you've got a shot at winning. And also play tough defense. And there we see Chick-fil-A. Again, they feed our crew. Let them feed yours, folks. Open daily Monday through Saturday for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. They didn't invent chicken, but they did invent a great chicken sandwich. Chick-fil-A at the Hydenwood Shopping Center.
And the phone number 595-0316. And we look forward to Domino's for our next game as well on Domino's.com. All right, 11:52 left in the third quarter as well. This is, you know, every series is crucial for the Raiders. We heard from Casey Vick at halftime. We get the best access in the world. He says the referees are just having a field day with his team, but Denbigh still winning 12-0.
Right. You know, that's kind of the silver lining. You know, if we've got some clouds out here because it's raining, but there is a silver lining, and it's the Denbigh, you know, they've taken advantage of some of the mistakes that Warwick has made, and they got the lead right now.
And the Raiders trying to get some type of momentum going. And still on his feet. And really, it's just, you know, tough to make the tackle in the wet rain.
Yeah, that was just a testament to the persistence of Warwick. You know, right there. There's a lot of times they could have been down, but you keep your feet churning, Greg. You keep moving forward, and they picked up some positive yardage. Here you're going to see right there. Denbigh does a good job of getting in there, penetrating, but they don't wrap up. You know, they've got a lot of guys in there, and they're not wrapping up. They're not bringing them down. And there you see Warwick doing a good job. Of
that was Austin White.
Just moving forward.
And, of course, 12-0 Denbigh. And your thoughts so far, Warwick's really got to start doing something right now.
Yeah, they definitely need to start doing something now. They're down 12-0 heading into this half, and really just need to put more points on the board, be more effective on the offense.
Great point. 11:06 left in the third quarter. We mentioned it's going to be a lot of running tonight. You don't want to do a lot of passing in the rain because the ball gets slippery. It's hard to get a grip on it, on the pigskin football, like Nate said, and the wet grass here, you know. Don't you wish that every lawn like this was like this in Newport News? I mean, look at this grass. There's no weeds, no fertilizer, no dandelions. I mean, just a perfect lawn right here.
Is there a way I can get these guys to come out to my house and hook it up? Because this is immaculate.
No leaves in the yard, nothing. Fumble. And the quarterback goes nowhere. Wow. Respectively, Travis Williams. We got to give these kids credit with flags all over the place. What else is new? Laundry on the field, like we said. At 12-0, and you don't want the refs to supersede the game either.
No, absolutely not. But it's got to be frustrating, Greg, when you can't even do something, laundry on the field, folks, when you can't do something as simple as snap the ball without fumbling.
And these are not the mistakes you need to make in week 5 of the season either. It's not just the referee's fault.
It's not right. And, you know, you've got to do a better job holding on to that ball.
Week 5,
you got to do a better job holding on to the ball. And, you know, if you're Warwick, you've got to play with more sense of urgency than we're seeing from them right now.
Pick up that laundry. You don't want to see it. Put it in the dry cleaners or something.
Send it out to George Jefferson's dry cleaners.
Where's Wheezy when you need her?
Yeah, the Jeffersons was a TV show, Tristan. I don't know if you remember that back
He can
in
go
the
to
day.
YouTube and watch it, though.
I think I got it.
Walking the screen outlet pass, complete to number 3. Really no room there
Wow.
for DeMonte Good. Make something good out of bad.
Yeah, I was going to say, it looked good at first, but the way that Denbigh swarmed up against him, like, we've gotten a lot of credit, given a lot of credit to Warwick's defense. Denby's defense has done a good job of going in there and making some solid tackles tonight.
If you're just joining us, it's 12-0 Denbigh over their arch rival Warwick. The oldest schools in Newport News are Warwick, then Denbigh, then Menchville, then Heritage and Woodside, who've been around since 1996. Warwick, of course, punting again on special teams. Probably the best play of the game for Warwick was that punt. And Denbigh gets it. High step in his number 15, Devon Thomas.
I'll still cast my vote for Travis Williams' hurdle for the best play for Warwick. Unfortunately, they weren't able to make any scores off of that.
No, still, they're being shut out. They've been shut out twice this year already. We mentioned Warwick has the Kickitan 47-zip, Maury 34-zip. Played really well against Phoebus, which was surprising, 35-17, although Phoebus is not as strong as they've been under Bill D and Stan Sexton. And they beat Gloucester 27-21, Warwick did.
Like you mentioned, Greg, this is the year. If you're going to make, some strides, with Phoebus a little bit down, Hampton a little bit down, this is the year to go out there and make a statement.
Plus, you don't need a whole lot of points to get in the postseason.
Exactly.
That's proved to be really a flaw in the system, though. When you have teams making losing records, you and I don't like that at all.
If you can't at least be 500, to me, you shouldn't be in the postseason.
No. You don't want to reward mediocrity because that's like saying get a C or D and be happy. Guess what? You're not getting into college with D's.
Right.
Or F's even.
Or F's.
Now me, I made A's, B's, C's, D's, and F's. But I still got into college and graduated. Like Ray Price says, you got to get that degree.
You sampled all of them, Greg. You sampled all of them.
Like the great Ray Price said, you got to get that degree. And I did. Did you?
The degree is very important. We forget how important education is, and you talk about athletics, academics, activities. Those are the 3 hallmarks here at Newport News Schools.
No question. All right, Denbigh on the outside.
Wow.
They're smart by keeping it on the ground because, like Nate said in the first half, a 12-point lead is almost like a monument. It's going to be hard to rise with the weather and late in the second half.
Yeah, because then you get to a point, Greg, where it's, tit for tat, where you're just kind of counter-punching and punching, and then, if you play to a stalemate, it goes to the benefit of Denbigh.
Yeah, and also the more incompletion passes that Denbigh does, it gives the benefit to Warwick because you give them another opportunity.
Yep. The thing is, though, and we've been saying this all night long, Tristan, Warwick has not capitalized on the opportunities they've been given.
Look at our buddy, Larry Turlington's got his
LT.
hat tipped like John Wayne. He got his hat tipped like John Wayne.
Maybe he heard us talking about Jeter and he wanted to tip
Look
his
at
cap.
him. That's exactly what John Wayne
Slim
used
with
to
the
do.
tilted brim.
Oh, my goodness. He got his hat tipped now. He says, I don't want to be recognized.
He said, don't get mad at me, Greg. I can throw flags and I got swag.
And he's tipping his hat now. Interesting. Oh, I've seen it all, folks. I have seen it all.
Excellent.
Where's John Wayne when you need him?
That'll be a 5-yard penalty, Pilgrim.
12-zip, 8:49. You got to have fun. The key to life is sense of humor. All right, Denbigh with the football, keeping on the ground, smart by B2 Harrison. B2 loves to pass it by default. That's just his nature of style, learning under Tommy Raymond in East Carolina. But when you're up 12-0, you're looking for your first win, you want to get a W any way you can.
Yeah, they would see Elijah Rice, one of the stars for this Denbigh Patriot team. And again, you talk about B2 being a former quarterback. It's in his nature to pass. But you're right, Greg. Sometimes it's better to be safe than sorry. Be conservative and get that win.
Cheerleaders trying to stay dry, doing their thing, keeping the spirits up. Denbigh again, keeping on the ground. There he is, folks, for Denbigh. Elijah Rice, just a junior.
The thing I like about Rice is, he's not the biggest guy on the field, only 5'6", 140 pounds, but he can bring it when he's out there running.
Good old Rice.
And and much like Rice, in this offense, he's 90 seconds or less. He's going to heat it up for you, Greg.
There he is. Corey Harrison went to Akron, had him on Sports Highlights back in the spring. His team right now, Nate, is 1-3, but they're in the verge of going 1-4 if they don't start doing something here now. 7:55 left in the third quarter. It's 12-0 Denbigh with the ball, 1st and 10 on the 49 of Warwick, going right to left in that spread offense of B2 Harris. Excellent spread run right there.
Hello.
They put the butter on the field there. Number 7, Malik Sparks, sparking it up.
Hey, that's the great thing about this Denbigh offense. Not only do you have Wells, not only do you have Rice, but Coach Harris, he's got a spark on that offensive side, and that was Malik Sparks. And you see the replay right here. Sparks doing a great job changing direction, leaving these guys in the dust. Which way did he go, George? Which way did he go?
I thought Mr. Price said, oops, there it is.
Oops, there it is. A great job by Denbigh. And again, that change of pace can be very effective against a tough attacking defense like Warwick.
Ed Smart, keep it on the ground. Keep it on the ground. You're up 12-0. Warwick has done nothing offensively tonight.
And you want to use that aggressiveness of Warwick against them. When they come in with that rush, it opens up some lanes for the runner. And we saw that right there on that last play with Sparks. And again, this is what Denbigh needs to do right now. They're playing very smart. They're playing conservatively, but they're not playing it safe.
That's right. They're really just trying to push the ball down the field, maybe waste some more time to try to reduce the ability of maybe Warwick to try to get some spark on the offense.
It becomes a game of ball control. There we see it again.
There's a great ball control run by number 4 for Denbigh. Who else? Elijah Rice. Good run by Rice.
Looks like he's going to be down at the 1. And again, another great run by Rice, and Denbigh is threatening. Denbigh is threatening a game.
And, of course, Denbigh beat Warwick last year.
And here we go. Let's take a look at the replay, Greg. Rice bouncing that run to the outside.
Get to
Number 4, Elijah Rice. He was out last week. He's making up for it this week. Then come on, give me some curry, some chicken to put on this Rice. Elijah Rice bringing it down to the 1-yard line.
90 seconds.
90 seconds or less. And Uncle Ben's instant offense right there.
And here we go again. Denbigh. Will they call it good? Looks like they do. Touchdown. And the rain is coming down strong as Denbigh makes it 18-0 with a touchdown.
And that is a crucial score for the Denbigh Patriots. Great job punching it in from the 1-yard line. This is a big score for Denbigh because it puts some distance in between them and Warwick. Warwick's going to have a tough time trying to catch up now.
Yep, 18-0. And it's been all Denbigh tonight, and really that might seal it early. That could seal it. Something like that can seal it early.
Exactly. You never want to call a game too early.
Going for the special teams extra point. As the rain and the mist, like we said, like an Edgar Allan Poe movie. Reminded me of the fall of the House of Usher. And the kick is up, and it is good. Yeah, wow, that just barely went in. Talk about soccer style. But Denbigh will take it any way they can.
Denbigh will take it. And again, I would talk about my man all day, the kicker. Let's show the kicker some love. Kickers are people too, folks.
19-0. And the Patriots are all up on the Raiders. Denbigh on the verge of getting their first win if they keep playing like this.
And normally, 19-0 would not be insurmountable, Greg. But like you mentioned, with the weather conditions, the way things are right now, that's going to be a very tough road for Warwick to put these points on the board in quick succession.
I mean, again, kudos to our crew working outside, too, in unfavorable conditions. But we get it done, folks. The one thing about Mr. Price, he puts on the schedule, we get it done.
We get it done, and we bring you the best action here on NPSTV.com. Again, that last touchdown was Elijah Rice with the score. And again, folks, tell your friends about NPSTV.com. And again, Wednesday, replays at 7 p.m. on Cox 47, Verizon Files 17, and NPSTV.com. Wednesday is your new night for football, folks.
One of the few nights that we have it all to ourselves.
Got only game in town.
Yeah, great content programming right here, 24 years. And the next game, I will give you the total number of games we've done in football since 1991. A little tease for the next game that we do involving the Menchville Monarchs. I'll tell you the total number ever of football games we've done that have aired on our airwaves. On Cox Cable 47, 517, and NPSTV.com. That's football. I'm not talking about the other dozen or so sports we've done over the years.
We have done a lot of sports over the years.
Ray and I once did ping pong once. Ping pong, folks.
I think the greatest fun I've ever had was the most interesting, unique sport we've ever done was that night, the time we did the gymnastics.
Turned out really good. I did rugby once, but yeah, we've seen it swimming.
Yep.
And the funny thing about the swimming was a night like this, and the humidity totally got those poor cameras with the pool. I was ready to jump in the pool myself.
Yes, I'm telling you. Like
I would have beaten half those swimmers.
I would have not, Greg.
You would have just liked to see it.
I would have just been I would have been taking bets. Can Bickaveris win?
Nate, I would have thrown the lifesaver to you. Look at that rain. I saw you walking in the rain.
the melodic sounds of Greg Bickaveris. And
That's
again,
it. Gotta have some fun. Number 22 for Warwick.
Credit to our camera crew out here bringing this action in the middle of this rain.
On a weeknight. We don't just work on weekends, folks. All shifts, 7 a.m. to 3 p.m., 3 to 11, 11 to 7. We get it done 24/7. Having fun. Making it work.
And it has been, the mist has not let up since kickoff, Greg. It has been like this all night long, and you got to credit these teams for being out here, Tristan, and playing in these conditions.
Yeah, definitely. It's really just like what Greg was saying, slippery when wet with the ball. They just need to be able to just try to work with it.
And keeping on the ground right there, 19-0. Denbigh up 5:25 left in the third quarter. Still another quarter left. The fans still buttoning up right there, just trying to stay warm and just trying to stay, the worst thing you have is, wet feet. You don't want to get wet feet because you catch a cold that way.
You don't want to get wet feet, cold feet, none of that, man. Credit to the fans for being out here, but as we mentioned earlier, Greg, if I had the option, I'm going to stay at home on my comfy couch and watch this game on NNPS TV or NNPSTV.com. And again, Wednesday, the replays every Wednesday.
Now, see, your rain dance didn't work before the game.
No, it did.
And Warwick's going backwards again, but then they go forwards in reverse to go forward number 10, our buddy Travis Williams. And we mentioned Warwick's had some good quarterbacks like Michael Vick over the years, Cho Slade, Tyrone Perry. You see the Warwick logo on the front, red helmets, red pants, white shirts.
As you mentioned, Greg, he took like 5 steps backwards in order to go 7 steps forward. But at the end of the day,
and on the ground. And the problem with the quarterback playing special teams, you limit your opportunities because could have an injury out there too as well.
It cramps up.
Let's take a look at it again.
Here you go. Again, you're gonna see
Travis Williams
going back, but then what's the old song? Back and forth.
Yeah.
As we go, and he does a great job evading the defenders, picking up positive yardage there, and then gets stuck right at the end, goes down in a nasty hump.
And you can get a lot of injuries out here over this wet field. And you start playing 3 ways: offense, defense, special teams.
And special teams, yeah.
You have a big opportunity of getting hurt.
And you talk about it, Greg. Week 5, like this is not week 1.
You should be doing fundamentals this week. That's what you did all summer. Cheerleaders right there, just trying to get their first win for Denbigh.
Just the wear and tear, the season going on, the weather changing, and
who's Denbigh got left the rest of the year?
And Denbigh the rest of the year, they've got a game with Gloucester, they've got Hampton, Menchville, Bethel, and a big matchup with Woodside. As far as Warwick, who's left on their schedule, they got Hampton, they got Menchville, they got Bethel, Woodside, and they're going to end things off with the Heritage Hurricanes.
And Denbigh is 0-4. Warwick is 1-3. But right now,
Warwick can survive hurricane season.
Yeah. So far, we've dodged a bullet here in Newport News. We're lucky we have not had any hurricane season so far. And the special teams punt. It's probably the best highlight tonight for Warwick is the punting. And here come the Patriots in the rain. Singing, dancing in the rain.
Hello.
Out of bounds he goes. Some late hitting there. Flags all over the place. You don't want to do any late hits to these kids. No reason to. You're out of bounds already. Warwick is just frustrated.
Right, just a matter of that frustration boiling over for Warwick. They can't figure things out on offense. They don't find a way to get back into this game, and that's when you see mental errors like that, Tristan.
That's right. You really just can't afford to be doing that when you're down 19-0 to Denbigh. I mean, it's really just a matter of just making those plays count.
And I tell you what, Tristan, they might not be having a lot of fun out there on the field, but if we're having fun up here in the booth, man, how much fun has it been tonight with you, me, and Greg?
Oh, yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I mean, even though it's a little bit of windy up here, a little bit of rain, but it's still pretty fun, watching Warwick and Denbigh.
Big celebrity at school now, working with us. I'm sure your parents are proud, and all the classmates are wondering, like, you're the one on TV.
Oh yeah, it's a lot of fun. You just go home and mom, dad, they like seeing you.
There's
on
our buddy.
Wednesdays.
The John Wayne of referees,
that's
Larry
the only
Turlington.
thing Tristan needs when he's at school. He's just
you got the hat tipped.
Tip the cap, get the brim to the side.
Time to do a little new school. Oh my goodness! All right, let's take a look at the telecom graphic.
Right.
There he is, Rising Juniors.
And again, Rising Juniors, if you're interested in TV production, call Telecom for info or to schedule a tour, 591-4687. Again, 757-591-4687, extension 0.
Casey Vick just letting me know this game is crazy. He's exactly right. Instant communication. That's what we do, folks, in 2014. We bring it to you, digital age communication. Facebook, Twitter, follow us, at Greg Bick, at
N, the number 8, M-O-Z-A-I-K, Nate Mosaic.
We got a lot of treats for you in the fourth quarter, our crew list. Nate's report card, and who is Nate going to give an ice cream cone tonight to?
And we will see. We shall see.
Only one person gets the ice cream cone. Could be the coach or could be a player.
I think for our next game, we should have a trick or a treat.
Yes. We'll talk about your favorite candy. That's the tradition, what your favorite candy is. We'll save that for the next game.
And your favorite scary movies, of course.
Oh, boy. Thank goodness for the mute button. No pun intended, folks. We don't want you to mute tonight, though. All right, 3:35 left in the third quarter. Don't forget, great school board meetings on nnpstv.com. And just, oh, my goodness, just gang tackling right there by the Raiders. They're just frustrated. And flags all over the place, and rightfully so that time. Our buddy LT.
LT holding it down on the field today. But again, this is what happens, Greg, when you lose sight of the goal, when you get frustrated, when you feel like things aren't going your way, and you take it out there on the field, you become undisciplined. And unfortunately, that's what we're seeing from Warwick right now. They're losing their composure.
You're not kidding. 3:22 left in the third quarter. Let these kids just play football, for goodness sakes.
That's a lesson in life, too, Greg. Things aren't always going to go your way, but
you're going to have rainy days in life.
You're going to have rainy days in life, but
you're not going to always get a sale every day.
No, you won't, but you got to keep your focus, keep your composure, and you can't lose your temper like we're seeing the kids do out here tonight.
That's it.
Let that be a lesson, Tristan.
Tristan right there.
That's one to grow on.
Where's Nate's raincoat when you need it?
I'm telling you.
All right, 3:10 left in the third quarter. Denbigh again on the shotgun. Wells deep in the well, and he goes nowhere.
Whoa.
Good tackle there, respectively, by the Raiders. Wearing Ray Lewis's old number 52, Malik Harris.
Yeah, Malik Harris doing a great job wrapping up there. Had Niles Howell on the pursuit as well. And again, you got it. The Denbigh defense has done their, the Warwick defense as well as the Warwick special teams, they've done their job. But you got to have all three facets of the game working, and the offense tonight has let the Warwick Raiders down.
.230 left in the third quarter. Back to punt. 4th and 23 for Denbigh in the blue uniforms. Going right to left on the TV dial. And the Patriots punt it in the wet Newport News sky. Who needs the weatherman? You got Nate and I up in the booth doing the best Doppler weather forecast around. 19-zip Denbigh, all looking like they're going to get their first win in the 2014 season, albeit a little late, but still, they got to realize this ain't summer practice no more.
Better late than never if you're a Patriots fan. And again, they'll take that last series all game. Even though they weren't able to get a score on that last possession, Tristan, they ran off about 3 or 4 minutes on the clock. There you see Coach Harris, and they'll take that all game long with the 19-point lead.
That's right, definitely. You're still trying to reduce the clock and not let Warwick even get points on the board. It looks much better when you have that 19-0 than that 19-6 or 7.
And Denbigh just wants to let the clock move, keep it moving. You're up 19-zip. Warwick is not even threatened to score.
No, and I think a point that you made, Greg, that is very astute is,
Thank you, Nate, of course.
My esteemed colleague, Mr. Vicavera, is here.
Set it up, Nate. Come on now.
B2.
Fumble. Out of bounds, going nowhere. That play right there, Nate, before you chat, has been an example of what's going on for Warwick, just going sideways tonight.
Absolutely. They haven't been able to get that forward
Back to
momentum.
the great point.
But back to my esteemed colleague's great point. When they stopped going for those long bombs and they switched to a more running-based attack and some short screens, we saw Elijah Rice get more involved. That's when Denbigh really took control of this football game, and they have not let go ever since. The defense has stepped up. The offense has stepped up. Special teams have stepped up. Denbigh is hitting on all cylinders right now, whereas Warwick, the defense is playing great. Special teams is playing solid, but their offense has gone sideways, like you said, all night long.
Denbigh up 19-0. Nate, how about a recap?
All right, started off in the first quarter. Denbigh getting on the board early with a TD pass from Wells to Donnie Johnson for the score. Then we go into the second quarter with Wells with a rush for a score. And then we just saw moments ago Elijah Rice with a rush for the score, and they got the PAT. And that leads us to where we are right now, fellas, with Denbigh up 19-0 over the Warwick Raiders.
With 2:09 respectively in the third quarter from Todd Stadium in Newport News, our second game of 2014. Hope you enjoyed our first game, in which Heritage beat Denbigh 20-13 and earlier in September. Glad you're with us on Cox Cable 47-517, NMPSTV.com. 2015, we'll have the Dr. Mary V. Beccaveris Memorial Tennis Tournament again for you, exclusively right here on NNPSTV.com and Cox Cable 47 and 517.
That's right.
Our kids get real-time experience doing TV.
Yeah, this broadcast that you're seeing tonight, it's brought to you by 11th and 12th graders. And there we see a run right there. Great job on the run. Almost sprung for a big gain by number 22 for the Denbigh Patriots. And that was for the Warwick Raiders. Check that. But what I was saying about the kids, Tristan, and you can attest to this, being in class with these guys all week, they're doing a wonderful job out here bringing you this quality broadcast in the rain, in the elements. 11th and 12th graders doing a phenomenal job tonight.
That's right. Juniors, seniors out here in the rain, it just gives you good experience out here, especially for the football game,
And we will be reading the crew list a little bit later on.
And that was number 22, Kirk. There he goes again. Excellent run right there, looking like John Capoletti. Fumbling, number 22, Devontae Kirk, the producer.
The producer. Well, I could just call him Captain Kirk on that run right there. Fumbled at the end of the play, but again, showing some signs of life for the Warwick offense.
Devontae, the producer, Kirk. There he is, producing, directing, technical, everything. Editing.
Wardrobe by Devontae.
Oh, my good. Announcing almost.
Just a big bruising back right there.
And number 22 for Denbigh tackles.
There you see at the end of the play.
Javon Brown.
But just a big bruising back for the Warwick Raiders. Where's this kid been all game, Greg?
Devontae, the producer.
6 foot tall, almost 200 pounds, a junior. Usually plays linebacker. They put him in on offense right now. I like
well, you need
that
a spark.
move.
You need some type of spark here to get moving.
Unfortunately,
Denbigh's got the spark back.
Yep.
And Denbigh should just keep it on the ground. Because no matter what Warwick does, Denbigh seems to get the ball back.
Exactly. All Denbigh's got to do, Greg, is just eat up the clock. That's all they really need to worry about.
That's all they
got
to do. I mean, you're up 19-0. Any college or pro team will take that.
Denbigh has just got to figure out a way.
What does Warwick need to do in the fourth quarter, Nate?
Here we're going to see, again, Denbigh
Wells
just eating up the clock. Wells does a great job with the read option.
And
again,
Sparks.
7, giving it up to Malik Sparks. They got so many weapons on that Denbigh Patriot offense that can get you out of that backfield. And it's a surprise that they haven't won a game all season, Greg, but that is going to end tonight.
And Sparks says you don't need to wait till the 4th of July for any fireworks.
Yeah, I thought I saw some fireworks earlier tonight, but no, that's just Malik Sparks out there on the field, folks.
Final 47 seconds left here in the third quarter. Greg Pickaveris, Nate Milton, Tristan Rhines. We're at Todd Stadium in Newport News. Denbigh in total control from the get-go. Warwick has not had any really great runs except for Devontae Kirk. 19-0 Denbigh with the ball, and 35 seconds left in the third quarter. We got one more quarter left in this very overcast, rainy, foggy night in Newport News. Please stay dry. Please drive careful out and about on the roadways. Listening on nnpstv.com, Cox Cable 47 and 517. Tell your friends. Look at the TV radio log in the Daily Press.
Whoa.
Sonny Dirth does a great job. In fact, Sonny, when he does sports highlights and our games, also mentions the website as well.
Absolutely. And you mentioned Twitter earlier and social media. Sonny Dirth, very active on social media. You can always find updates on scores from our good friend Sonny. So shout out to Sonny. Again, the TV log at the Daily Press.
Look at that rain, the flag there. Our flag is getting wet tonight.
And there's a great shot. You know, again, these kids out here just getting you the audio and the video. And again, but through it all, that flag still standing tall, and that's what's important. Again, shout out to all our men and women in uniform around the world that give us the freedom to have the fun that we do on nnpstv.com.
That's it. Plenty of room. Why is he going for the bomb? Look at it. Look at that. An interception by number 19 for no reason.
Wow.
Rambert Tyree. That was like a punt right to Warwick with only 3 seconds left.
Yeah, the only people in the area were Lewis Clements and Rambert Tyree, both wearing the wrong jersey. There you see Wells just lofting it up like a loaf of bread, and then there you see Rambert Tyree. He putting his hands in the cookie jar. He got the
He made the wheat bread, the rye bread, everything. Pumpernickel, everything.
Chocolate chip cookies. He got the whole bakery in his hands right there.
Little butter on there too.
He took it back to Sunday school. He got the whole world in his hands.
I prefer some rolls occasionally. All right, 3 seconds left. Warwick just wants to end this third quarter. Denbigh is just like giving Warwick every opportunity. If Warwick had a decent offense, they would take advantage of it.
I'm telling you, if Warwick could find a way to put some points on the board, this would be a very different game. Unfortunately, they haven't.
And that ends the third quarter with the score. It is Denbigh 19, Warwick nothing. We got 12 more minutes left. Corey Hairston is getting soaking wet, but his team is down 19-0 in the rain. We'll take a short break, and we'll be back after these messages.
Strike one. I'm the greatest hitter in the world! Strike two. I'm the greatest hitter in the world! Strike three. Wow. I'm the greatest pitcher in the world. Yes!
Optimism. Pass it on. A message from the Foundation for a Better Life.
All right, we're back in the fourth quarter, our final quarter for the ball game tonight, respectively. Always a pleasure, folks, at Newport News. Thank you for all your great kind words and feedback for the last 24 years as well. And we started off just like we did. Good defense by Denbigh, and Warwick has just not been able to get anything going on tonight, no matter what quarter.
There were no kind words exchanged right there between Denbigh and Warwick.
No Christmas cards this year.
They're going to be on the naughty list this year, Greg.
Anyway, 19-0 Denbigh. And remember, Warwick went 0-10 last year. They've only gotten one win this year.
Yeah, they finally snapped the losing streak, and then looks like it's going to start again. And that's got to really be demoralizing if you're a Warwick Raider.
You want to get that cycle back into the positive spin because they made the postseason. We'll do the postseason again here. Nate and I will. Good defense by the Patriots.
Wow.
Last time in postseason again, Denbigh 2013.
Again, 2013 for Heritage as well.
Menchville 1993. Warwick
in 2011.
And Woodside 2013.
And
Nate, your school last made it in 1993.
Yeah, this is how bad it is. I wasn't on the field playing, but I was in attendance when they lost to Indian River in '93.
Nate's stories are more legendary than some of these cartoons.
I mean, yeah, I'm
Sam and Cat.
I am one of the greatest storytellers in the world today. I mean, it's me, Uncle Remus, Mother Goose.
Mm-hmm. And there's a punt by the Raiders. Really, the best thing tonight is the punting. And that's where the Denbigh Patriots will have it with 10:20 left in the contest.
And that last 10 minutes could not come any sooner for the Warwick Raiders. And Tristan, I like to get your perspective as a Warwick student. We got some boots on the ground. I'm sure the student body, the school spirit was at an all-time high last week after the victory over Gloucester. Can you tell me a bit about how this week has been at Warwick High School?
Oh, well, it's been most of the talk of the school is that we just beat Gloucester, and we were very excited going into this game. It's really just been a defensive way. Well, we've really just been able to just cheer just for the defense tonight. We'll hope for more.
It's like, little did you know. If you knew a week ago what you know tonight.
Correct.
Like, it probably would have been better not to win it all. You just raised my hopes up. But that's what the game of football is all about, folks. Any given Sunday, any given Friday, and in our case, Greg, any given Wednesday, the outcome could change on the field.
Yeah, look at the TV radio log on Wednesdays at 7, respectively, by Sonny Dirth, Greg Bickaveris, Nate Milton, Tristan Rhines. That's when we air our games at 7 on Wednesdays, sometimes on Fridays as well. Chris James does that. We'll go over the crew list here shortly. And why not right now in the truck doing a great job, pretty much doing the job of a producer, an engineer as well. Mr. Ray Price, been with Telecom since 1992. He's the producer, coordinating producer. Michelle Price is the executive producer. Of course, our director since 1993, Mr. Bill Barlow, calling the shots to our great camera students as well in his typical Fort Eustis fashion that he does so well over the years. Carl Daniels, I call him CD, doing a lot of great stuff with the kids as well in the truck. And, of course, I believe it's our good friends, the one and only Ishrat Mohammed, doing a great job engineering. Ishrat doing a great job. Ishrat working at Channel 47 and 48. Let's just call him Mr. 95 because you had 47 and 48. You get 95. Yeah. Great job by all the crew. Again, Ray Price, Carl Daniels, Bill Barlow, Ishrat Mohammed in the truck. Nate, students,
great
right
job
now.
Our crew. And again, shout out to Ishrat, hardest working man in the building. And I go, it's Carl Daniels.
47 and 48.
The games don't start without Carl Daniels, so shout out to Carl. But I talked all night about our student crew, and again, we had a great job tonight by our students. Regina Parker-Watkins, Miles Burgess, Dimitri Waddell, Janae Hopkins, Callie Lader, Josh Stout, Dwayne Peterson, Chris Bersera, Lorenzo Green, Dakota Rust, Benjamin Anderson, Joel Wooten, Stephanie Belito, Jada Brinkley, Justin Gatlin, Jaleel Burrell, and of course, the man in the booth, my main man, Tristan Rhymes. Great job tonight by our student crew. And of course, Justin Taylor as well. So again, you got a great crew, 11th and 12th graders doing some great work here tonight, folks.
And don't forget to watch the credits as well. At the end of the fourth quarter, watch the crew credits. It is Warwick and Denbigh here in Newport News at Todd Stadium. We're in the fourth quarter. 8:55 left in this ball game. That's it. and Denby's up 19-0. Warwick has been shut out twice this year, and they're on the verge of being shut out for the third time this year.
Yeah, and this is very disappointing coming after that big overtime win against Gloucester. They weren't able to keep the momentum going, and Denbigh, like we talked about at the top of the game, Greg, Denbigh wanted to come in here and flip the script, and they were able to do that tonight. And, of course, folks, don't forget sports highlights on nnpstv.com as well. Sports Scene on 1650 a.m. each Wednesday from 12 to 1 p.m. and also on the TuneIn app, I believe, Greg.
Absolutely, Nate. Special team is pumped by Denbigh in the evening rain. If you call the Fall of the House of Usher a gothic movie, this has been definitely something in that ilk.
Well, there was a movie out wasn't too long ago. I think Tristan said, it was recent, called The Mist. And you didn't know what was going to happen in the mist. Was a creature going to hop out? Was it going to be a monster hiding in the mist? Well, tonight, Warwick went into the mist. They didn't know what the outcome was going to be. And a monster called the Denbigh Patriots hopped out and showed them what time it was tonight here in the mist.
It's B2 Harris. There's a new show out there called Gotham. That's kind of like how the Joker and all the villains were before they became the villains.
I did happen to catch the first episode of Gotham, and I like it. I like it. I'm big into Batman.
Was the Joker in there before the Joker?
There's a guy who I think is the Joker because there were clues.
There's kind of like those smirks he was given.
Yeah, there were clues during the show, and it's like I think that guy's gonna end up being the Joker.
If you were a villain, who would it be?
Oh, if I was a villain, I think I'd be the Riddler. What about you, Greg?
What do you think?
I think Greg would. Not only would you be the Joker, but you'd be Jack Nicholson Joker.
Wow.
Batman.
And I tell you one thing right there, that looks like a horror film over there.
Yeah, ain't no joking over there.
He's not joking over there at all. Our good friend. I mean, he is a friend too as well. Corey Hairston. He is not even. He's mad because he's just getting wet. And he don't care.
Yeah, he's no care at all. And again, it's got to be frustrating because you had a great victory last week, and now he looks almost like Charlie Brown when Charlie Brown would walk home in the rain with the cloud following him over his head. It's like that right now because they can't find a way to make things happen right tonight.
No headset, no nothing. He's just in his own kind of like lone survivor right now. Really, any keys, any glimmer of hope here for Warwick?
I think the door is closed for Warwick. There you see.
He says he'll be out here to midnight if he just wants to score.
Just one score, that's all. Like I think right now, Greg, you're in a position if you're Warwick where you're looking for a moral victory. All you want is one good thing to happen, just a score that we can take in the next week. And there you see Coach Harris. He's got to be feeling
good. A little pep
good.
in his step there.
He
get that first win. Get that first win of the year.
You walk a little taller when you got a victory.
That's a big deal in Newport News, especially in Menchville and other schools. But Woodside and Heritage have kind of like laid the foundation.
Yeah, Woodside and Heritage kind of separate themselves from the pack, and now we're seeing, I think Denbigh as well as Warwick, they've got some good tools to work with. It's just a matter of putting it in and being consistent, Greg. Like we've seen with Woodside with Danny Dodson, consistency.
Yeah. Head coach since 1999. It's football is a 12-month-a-year game.
Like we're seeing with Heritage with Coach Massenberg, he's starting to get that consistency.
Right.
That's what it's all about.
Coach Smith at Hampton as well. And Hampton struggle, but when they struggle, they still make the playoffs. That's the difference. A bad year for them is still making the postseason.
A bad year for Hampton is 2 or 3 losses.
Yeah.
A bad year for Warwick is 10 losses. That's the difference right there.
Nate should coach sometime, folks. He's got all the answers.
That's what I like about being in the booth. I'm undefeated every season.
That's
Greg.
it. No mistakes. Warwick keeping it on the ground. It is 19-0 Denbigh. Having a little fun here. A very sloppy game, to say the least. We said it from the beginning, Tristan, slippery when wet.
That's right. The teams just really haven't been able to hold the ball, especially on Warwick's end.
Just have not been able to do nothing. And the thing, Denbigh, is they can't do this against the better teams, give other teams opportunities by throwing interceptions and making mental mistakes. If they were playing a Hampton or Phoebus, this would have backfired on them.
Even if they were playing Heritage like we saw in the first game we did this year, Greg, there you see the cheerleaders happy for a victory for a change.
Like that song, Happy.
Hey, where's Pharrell at with the Mountie hat? Where is he? But when you make mistakes
You're not going to sing for us, Nate?
I've been given a cease and desist letter by Pharrell's people. They don't want me singing Pharrell songs.
All right, what we've been all waiting for before Nate's report card. Nate, who is going to get the ice cream cone tonight?
The ice cream cone tonight for the Denbigh Patriots goes to me. It goes to a man that was injured last week and has been a big contributor this week, none other than Elijah Rice. Rice is nice, and so he gets the ice cream.
All right, Nate, again, this is Nate's ice cream cone reward tonight is
Elijah Rice for the work that he's done. You know, mixing things up. He's been the steadying force here in the second half, got a score late in the game, and, I think Elijah Rice is one of the key players for this Denbigh team.
It's almost like a track meet and field day out here for Denbigh. But really, the thing is, you don't want to be out in the field if you're Denbigh either, because then you still got 5 games left this season. You don't want to get hurt. You're going to get the win. What's the point?
Yeah.
It becomes effortless after a while and meaningless just to stay out there just for the fact of staying out in the field, because you're going to work. You're going to get it done during the week.
Yeah, I think it does come to a point now when you start to get some of the reserves in there. You want some of the other guys to get some game reps, but at the same time, I think Coach Harris is like we mentioned. I think he's over the moon right now. You know, just getting that first win, it means a lot.
Stay tuned for the report card. Just for Denbigh's winning doesn't mean they're going to get a good report card by no means.
Absolutely. I got my pen out right now,
It could be ugly before it gets good. It don't matter whether they're winning or not. That does not mean nothing to the professor, Nate Milton. All right, Nate, on the run right there, number 4. Elijah Rice for Denbigh. For Warwick, offense.
For Warwick on offense, this is where it gets ugly, folks. My grade for Warwick on offense is a D, Greg.
Really?
A D.
That good.
The only reason it's a D is because we saw some flashes.
That jump earlier.
Yes. But that hurdle gets a grade up.
How about Warwick's defense?
Warwick's defense, I give Warwick's defense a B. I think they've been solid all night long, and I think the offense has let them down. And then in terms of overall for Warwick, I hate to say it, but you got some work to do. I give them a D as well. Overall.
I'm glad I got through high school and college already, folks.
Hey, I am a strict grader.
Yeah. No, and Denbigh, you're not going to get a pass either.
No, I grade with an iron fist.
Don't look at this score right here as a potential score as any pass right there, and they make it.
Hello.
Who else? The one, the only, 92nd Elijah Rice. Put him in the microwave and score 6 more points.
Let me tell you, Rice-A-Roni may be the San Francisco treat, but Elijah
90
Rice.
seconds of Elijah Rice.
Here we're going to see again, folks. Elijah Rice. Rice-A-Roni may be the San Francisco treat.
Teriyaki rice there.
But teriyaki, I don't care what kind of rice. That was wild rice right there, Greg. That was wild rice. He took a step back, goes around the end, and come here. You see, great job blocking downfield by the receivers. Creates a lane for him, and Elijah Rice. He missed last week, but he is back in full effect this week, and the Denbigh Patriots have sealed this win, put it on the board. The Patriots have won.
And the kick is up, and it is good. So it's 26-0, a shutout.
Yes.
Denbigh is winning 26-0 over their arch rival, the Warwick Raiders. Oh, Denbigh tonight.
Yeah, and I had to make some last-minute changes to my grades because of that.
All right, Nate, Denbigh offense.
Oh, Denbigh on offense, it's been a little rocky. They've made some mistakes, but you got to give credit when things work, and I think Elijah Rice in the second half really stepped up. And I was going to give him a C, but I'm giving him a B after that last play.
In the rain.
In the rain, yeah. The defense has been steady all night. They've shut them out. I give them a B on defense as well.
Overall?
Overall, it was a B effort. There were some mistakes they made that they got to clean up against more tougher teams.
Like the turnovers, the interceptions, and the decision-making, really.
They've got to clean some of that stuff up. But overall, it was a solid win. You got to tip your cap to Coach Harris and these Denbigh Patriots for finally getting their first win of the season, Greg.
The thing is, too, that Warwick was starting to make some momentum the last few weeks. You know, they beat Gloucester and lost to Phoebus really close, 35-17, but they've really gone backwards tonight.
Yeah, this is a big setback for Warwick after, coming close against Phoebus and then finally winning in overtime against Gloucester. To lose this game, but not only lose, Greg, but to lose like this, to lose 26-0.
Demoralizing.
Yeah, I think it's going to take some toughness, some tough love maybe even from Coach Harrison to get these boys back on track.
Because tomorrow they got to face their kids at school, and that's never easy either.
They got to come into school and face people like Tristan who are going to be shaking their heads at them.
Yeah.
Tristan the critic, right?
Don't be too hard on him, Tristan.
Tristan, got to be nice.
Kids are people too, Tristan.
It was almost like that Monday morning feeling, that you remember going to school and then Sunday night would roll around. You're like, oh, I get that sick feeling.
Yep, like and you got a week. I've been on losing teams before, and you got a week just to be the joke of the school. You got a week to just feel like everybody's looking at you.
Saying the good thing tomorrow, at least it's a Friday tomorrow.
Yeah, but for our telecast, it's
Hey, they've got weeks and weeks to think about
and
this.
They got to watch the replay
because it's going to be replayed on Wednesday.
A little bit too late for Warwick, folks.
NNPSTV.com.
26-0 Denbigh. Nate with the recap.
Oh, wow. Let's
been painful for Warwick.
Go all the way back. Yeah. I can sum it up. Warwick 0, Denbigh 26.
So awkward.
So awkward. Starting in the first quarter, Donnie Johnson, DJ, got the pass from Wells. Then Wells did it himself. Jamal Wells ran in the touchdown in the second quarter. We moved to the second half, and it was all Rice in the second half. Elijah
seconds.
Rice with 2 touchdown runs, and now, the score, like we said, 26-0. Denbigh on top, and Rice has been nice. He's been worth the price. He's even scored twice.
And a lot of spice.
Added a lot of spice.
That's it. Having a sense of humor, folks. 4:33 left in this very tough game for the Warwick Raiders tonight. They'll have to bounce back. They're going to go. Warwick is going to go 1-4. Denbigh's going to go 1-4 as well. Nothing to brag home about, but Denbigh needed that. Was going to look forward to that win.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, 1-4 is a lot better than going home 0-5.
Yeah. That bus ride can be long.
That bus ride,
and they're playing on a neutral field, of course.
That bus ride, you could either go home feeling gloomy or you go home feeling happy. And Denbigh's going to go home feeling happy tonight.
And there's the quarterback right there. No Pharrell there. Travis Williams.
Like the Patriots reminded me, Greg, I know one of the biggest hits of the summer and into the fall was Guardians of the Galaxy. And it was a movie about this ragtag bunch of people and parts that didn't quite fit together. But in the end, they won the day, Tristan. And that's what Denbigh did tonight.
Although tonight looks like the movie Dracula. And it looks like a Dracula night tonight.
Oh, yeah.
And boy, if that can tell you the picture right there.
The picture is worth 1,000 words.
If Dracula came to Corey Hairston, he would take care of Dracula tonight.
I was going to say, I think Dracula might run the other way.
Yes. If you see that great video right there, Corey would scare Dracula tonight. Oh, my goodness. If this was a movie, this would be called Dracula.
I'm telling you.
I am not going to watch Dracula, by the way. No way will I see that.
Oh, but it's supposed to be a new story about Dracula, Greg. Some stuff we haven't heard about yet.
Dracula is not my neighbor.
Oh.
This is the night that Dracula should meet Michael Myers, though.
Yeah, Michael, Dracula, Freddy, Jason, all of them, they can just get a house together.
Everybody's talking about Dracula. That is for sure. Oh, my goodness.
Frankenstein.
There's the run right there by number 2 for the Warwick Raiders. Our buddy Brian Brooks.
Michael Jackson from the Thriller video.
Oh, my God. Nate's bringing out. If you get that shot of Corey Hairston, he would definitely take on Dracula tonight.
Oh.
He is not happy. Unbelievable the hype Dracula's getting, though, Nate.
And things kind of go in cycles, Greg. Right. Like zombies was the hot thing for a while.
We haven't seen a good Dracula movie lately, though.
It's like Dracula's back in style now, so it'd be interesting to see how they do it. I don't like scary movies either, Greg, but I think I might actually have to check out Dracula.
What's next, Medusa or Bigfoot?
Now, I'm going to go during the daytime and see Dracula, though, so I'm going to make sure it's not night.
You will not see me watching that. There's number 10, our good buddy Travis Williams. Really a little bit too late for the Warwick Raiders. We'll have to look forward to the rest of the season now. But guess what's waiting them?
Yes.
Hampton.
Talk about scary.
There's B2 Harris.
The good thing for Warwick, though, like we mentioned,
There's always tomorrow.
And Travis Williams has a lot of tomorrows left, only a sophomore. I like what I've seen, just the athleticism that he brings. If he can put together the smarts to go along with that athleticism and get that focus, he could be a good quarterback here down the line.
Like you always say, easy to Sunday morning, though.
Yeah. Hey, where's Lionel Richie and the Commodores when you need him?
Oh, my goodness. 26-0.
We should do that every week. Just give Tristan a list of bands to put on his iPod to listen to.
Yeah.
I need you to take Little
Nate,
Scrappy
go ahead and
off.
do your Close the Lights song. Go ahead.
Turn out the lights. The party's over.
So Dandy Don Meredith used to do a Monday Night
Tribute
Football
to Dandy
all the time.
Don. The late, great Dandy Don.
And the late, great Howard Cosell. I guess the closest thing to Howard Cosell now is probably Mike Francesa, probably.
Yeah, it's
and Keith Olbermann too.
Yeah, Keith Olbermann, who's got a good show on ESPN. I really enjoy his take, his commentary on things.
There's only one Howard Cosell.
Only,
though.
Yeah. I mean, there's been people
YouTube it. Howard Cosell.
Tried to. Yeah, that's another
familiar.
thing. Howard Cosell. We'll put that on your list of things to look up, young Tristan.
Pat Summerall.
Pat Summerall.
2:05 left
John
in the
Madden.
fourth quarter. Can Warwick finally score?
Hello.
Can they get 6? They will. The one, the only, number 22, Devontae Kirk. Running like John Capoletti.
Finally.
Not giving up, folks. Into the Dracula night.
Oh, man. Devontae Kirk finally gets Warwick on the scoreboard. Too little, too late, but still, let's take a look at this effort from this kid. 6 foot, 200 pounds. Kirk just breaks in. So tall. Look at this. You think he was running from a zombie right there. Just the big kid just running it down. He said, I'm going to put my team on the back. I'm going to score. I know I can be what I want to be. If I work hard at it, I'll go where I want to be.
He was like on 64 West heading to 295. He said, I'm going to bring the State Fair to Newport News.
He made it to the end zone because he's all about the base. No trouble in that run right there. Oh.
Nate, could you play any better yourself tonight?
I'll tell you what, at my best, I could not make a run like that. I mean, I had some good times playing football back at Mansfield, but I was never an athlete the way Devontae Kirk is. To be that big and to be that fast, Devontae Kirk is a playmaker.
Kick is up and it's good. So 26-7, big run there by Kirk. A little too late. Only 1:56 left in the Todd Stadium evening here in Newport News. Greg Bickaveris, Nate Milton, Tristan Rhines, the cheerleaders there, the great people in the truck. See our 47 truck right there.
That's a bit of a moral victory for Warwick. They got on the board, and they may have discovered, because Devontae Kirk is a guy that is just big, strong, powerful.
You gonna say something, Tristan?
Linebacker, but Devontae Kirk, he may be your new starting running back.
Shoot, it was something. I mean, at least it puts points on the board, at least later in this game. Gives you something to be a little bit proud about.
Something to build on, exactly. You know, you don't have to start from the bottom and then get there. You can start a little bit closer to the top and make your way there.
Both teams will be 1-4. But again, Warwick's got Hampton next week.
Yeah.
It's not going to be easy.
But that Devontae Kirk, like if he primarily plays defense, but I would consider, Greg, putting him on offense because
offense, defense, and special teams.
He could make things
he's
happen.
Played by far the best tonight.
Yeah.
He's came out of nowhere, too.
And literally, he came out of nowhere.
Like
and
Captain Kirk.
Ran to he said, beam me up, Scotty.
I like Star Wars better myself. That's going to be coming out in 2015, correct, Nate?
The Star Wars, yep, the new Star Wars, the new trilogy.
Clouded future Warwick has.
Yeah.
He said losing leads to fear and fear leads to anger.
That's B2 Harris. No fear tonight for him.
Great shot of the coach right there. And the mist is still going on, folks. And these kids are
It's
down
like
here.
a Dracula movie out here tonight, folks. We've seen it all. Onside kick. Again, a little too late. We'll see who's got the ball. That's the whole thing. You got to move without the football. Not just in basketball, football too. You just can't sit idle. We've seen a lot of guys on both teams tonight just watch as if they're watching on TV.
Yeah.
You've got to move without the football.
That was one of the earliest plays we saw was the fumble where you saw the Warwick guys just watching the ball as it slowly rolled away from them. You know, you got to be proactive, like I always say. You got to be aggressive out there, and you got to keep your wits about you. And unfortunately, for the most part, Tristan, we have not seen that from Warwick tonight.
Yeah, it just seems like now it's just too little too late. Less than 2 minutes to go. I mean, too many mistakes tonight. Really just put them in a hold early.
And the good thing, like we've been saying, Greg, sometimes the best teacher is failure. The best teacher is mistakes that you can learn from. And I'm sure Coach Hairston is going to get these guys coached up in the week to come and get them ready for a very tough Hampton team.
And Nate's done his report card. I'm going to give an MVP, folks, to our crew working behind the scenes. Our crew is the MVP tonight.
Absolutely. Great job by our cast and crew. Our staff and students that have done the job here, and again, led by Ray Price. What do we say? It always starts at the top, and you know, you talk about Ray Price, you talk about Bill Barlow, and the leadership example they set for the kids. And you know, just a great job tonight by all involved.
That's it. Always sloppy game, no doubt about it. You can't hide nothing on TV. Offense, defense, special teams. the emotions, the drama. They always say the best reality shows is live content, sporting events. You see the upset drama of the coaches because the other players, they have their helmets. You can't see their emotion, but you can see the emotion from the coaches in their eyes.
Right.
We did some really good shots of the war coach.
Yep.
He was really upset. He's getting wet. He doesn't care. He'd be out here till midnight trying to correct some of these changes. He don't care what the weather is, but the human emotion of defeat, you know, like, again, going back to what my dad used to always say, you really learn about character when you're failing.
Yep. Adversity shows character. You know, a lot of people say adversity builds character. I think it reveals character.
Yeah.
You know, you got to have it in you.
Great point.
And, you know, when times get tough, to see what you're made of. And again,
that goes for life as well.
It goes for life as well, not just on the football field. And again, great job by Coach Harris. Denbigh could have easily gotten down and come in here
Fumble
and just roll
again.
over.
Denbigh should just let the clock run because they're going to give Warwick another opportunity here in a minute. You know, crazier things have happened. It's a little bit too late. But one thing Denbigh needs to work on is seal the deal, close it, and checkmate. When you've got the lead, you've got to put them away, not let them back in the game.
Yep, it's all about being a closer. Like, I know they're out there, they're tough guys, but I need to see a lot more Kira Sedgwick is out there, Kira Sedgwicks, because I need to see some closers out there. I need to see somebody that's going to wrap things up and shut it down, and we need to see that, you know, closing out a game is very important because, like we've seen, Warwick had plenty of opportunities to get back into this game tonight. They just weren't able to capitalize on it.
Denbigh just let Warwick back in, but Warwick wasn't able to open the door and get in. They were outside in the rain and could not get back in at all and just have not got nothing going. We'll have to look forward to the future. Both teams will. Both will be 1-4 after tonight. 26-7 Denbigh, 1:40 left. So basically 100 seconds left in this game. We'll have abbreviated post-game show so our crew can go forward in the rain.
So they can go home and dry off.
Get that towel out. It's almost like eating soggy pizza the next day. It's just not that good. I don't care. Leftovers are just not that good the second, third, or fourth day. Nobody eats turkey the day after. They're all running even to a fast food place. They don't want turkey.
I would tend to agree, Greg, but in the case of pizza, especially when it's Domino's pizza, I think I could eat pizza the day of, the day after, the day after that.
Yeah, Domino's is good. You know, one thing about these national chains, they got more resources than the mom and pops do.
Yep. You know, I always like supporting the mom and pops, but, you know, there's a reason the national chains are national chains. Nothing wrong with the big-time corporations.
Yeah, I like to support the mom and pops, too. But we love Domino's, and they'll be catering our next game. Exclamation point. All right, Warwick again still trying to make something happen here. And the pass is complete. Where's that been all night? Nice throw there by Travis Williams, respectively. Warwick just needs to build on this, watch the film. Either you can get better or you can get worse.
Yeah, you know, that's the way that they've got to look at these things. You know, you can't undo the past. What you can do is prepare for the future. And, you know, Hampton's going to come in next week. And
they don't care that they're 1-4.
Right. They do not care. So, you know, you can't take the attitude that, oh, we got to fix what we did and then, you know, oh, woe is me. You got to get back on the horse and ride again because Hampton is not going to take it easy on you.
Yeah, they'll say you can have a touchdown any day you want. We want the W. 26-7.
Yeah, you know, Hampton and teams like Phoebus and Bethel, they don't deal with moral victories. They deal with actual victories, and that's where Warwick needs to get to, the place where we're not just happy about scoring late in the game.
And, you know, follow the coaches again. We mentioned the lineage. Dennis Kozlowski at Bethel, Mike Smith, John Quillen, Stan Sexton, Bill D. So many great coaches have won state championships. It starts with a head coach. Offense, defense, special teams. Like in the NFL, 53-man roster and a good practice squad because injuries are going to happen during the season. And Warwick goes down. High school, usually it's a 10-game season plus the playoffs. College, 11 or 12 plus the playoffs. NFL, it's 16, hopefully in the postseason.
Yep. And I'm really looking forward to the college setup this year where we're going for the 14 playoff, and it should be very interesting to see which teams can kind of jockey for position.
We look forward to some on the field drama. We sure have had a lot of off the field drama. Nobody's even talking about the games yet. So
I'm telling you, when the biggest star of the game is the quarterback that's suspended and he's standing on the sidelines, that's a problem. So it's all about what's going on between the lines, not outside the lines.
Don't forget sports highlights on nnpstv.com. Tell your friends about nnpstv.com. Prep football presented by Chick-fil-A tonight at the Hideaway Shopping Center in Newport News. And, of course, Hampton Roads spells sports, nnpstv.com.
And then not just Hampton Roads, but the entire world. There's people all over the world looking at us right now, Tristan. Again, it's a great thing, and it's also, again, want to send a special shout-out to our men and women in uniform, wherever you may be stationed. Thanks for doing what you do, because it allows us to do the things that we do.
Just let this game move on, because really, you're just – the longer Warwick's out there reminds them of all the mistakes they made for 48 minutes.
Yeah, I think Coach Harrison is over there looking at the officials like Moses, looking at the Israelites, letting my people go, because we need to go home, because it
looking like Noah's Ark out
here.
Looking
like Noah's Ark. All the biblical references tonight. Oh, this is what it's all about, though, Tristan. The academics, athletics, activities, high school football here in Newport News. Doesn't matter the weather, doesn't matter what's going on, but it's just great to come out here and see these kids as Denbigh kneels it down.
And it's
still
right
a football's football.
Well, football, you learn about character, you learn about life. And there's Corey Harrison, a real gentleman, but he's definitely been frustrated tonight. You can tell.
Yep.
As the final 12 seconds roll out in the Newport News sky in the evening, as Denbigh will get their first win. Warwick will go to 1-4. Denbigh will go to 1-4, and that is it. The ball game is over. Denbigh wins it. It's a final 26-7 over the Warwick Raiders. This game's in the books. Seal it, sign, sealed, deliver. B2 Harrison Denbigh get their first win of the season, a 19-point advantage over their arch rival, the Warwick Raiders.
Yeah.
So we'll take a short break, and we'll come back after these messages.
Hi.
Patience. Pass it on. A message from the Foundation for a Better Life.
All right, back in the field right here. It's the final. Denbigh gets their first win of the year, 26-7, right here in Newport News. Greg Bickaveris, Nate Milton, Tristan Rhines right here from Todd Stadium, of course, in the sloppy rain. As the Patriots, great sportsmanship by both teams right there. It takes a village to win. You look for the offseason to get those you get that edge, Nate Milton. Denbigh had the edge, but they kept letting Warwick back in the game. Warwick just didn't have enough gas to do anything tonight.
Yeah, football, much like life, is all about opportunities. It's all about what you do with those opportunities. Warwick had chances tonight, folks. They had chances to make something happen, but they didn't take advantage. Denbigh, though, capitalized on their opportunities, and again, a good game by Wells and a great game by Elijah Rice to seal the deal at the end.
So much is about ball control, possession, like a mudslide out there tonight.
Right, and slippery when wet was a recurring theme of the game tonight, and Denbigh was like, you know what, this passing thing might not be working, so what we're going to do is change the game, flip the script, let's start running, and Elijah Rice was so nice, and he scored twice tonight.
Both teams are 1-4, but Denbigh got that much-needed win.
That's right. Denbigh just made their first win of the season. That's really what they needed to do to start getting themselves some ground.
We're going to be going to an interview here shortly again. You see the crowd right there, and B2 Harris preaching, look, we made the postseason last year, our first time since 1992. But again, we don't want to just be settling for mediocrity either.
No, it's all about pushing yourself, pushing yourself to get better. And again, Elijah Rice, Wells, great job tonight by the Denbigh Patriots, securing the first win for Coach B2 Harris, Greg. And I'm telling you what, fellas, it was a barn burner tonight out here in the rain.
Folks, it was a pleasure, Tristan. Great job. Nate Milton, great job. Look forward to the next game. Always a pleasure to work with a great crew. behind the scenes as well. Again, it was the final score. Denbigh getting the first win, beating Warwick 26-7. Both teams are 1-4 as Denbigh beats Warwick in a great rivalry right here on Cox Cable 47, 517. And for more, log on to nnpstv.com. From a rainy night in Newport News, I'm Greg Picaveras. We'll talk to you soon.